What in the hell has happened? Oh, new change of scenery. Yesterday it's Jeff Gordon. Now it's multicolored walls. Some walnut. Look at that. Speaking of walnut, hopefully nothing got over there, the other day. But ain't gonna be saying that. Can't be talking this type of way. There is an echo here. Hopefully we do not wake up the crowd. Is there a silent time if we hear a knock? Hopefully I lock the door. But ladies and gentlemen, I really don't know how it's possible, but it has happened. I was going to come on here and just talk about, we talked about Outlaw Speedway to begin with yesterday, and I was saying how, I've been there. I've been in a car on the track. First time there, I was in a race car, believe it or not. I can't say that about first-time travels to most tracks, but when I was doing the modified racing up in New York, a lot of those tracks was the first time I had been there. And that was the first time I saw them. And like I said in my video last night, I was having a great time racing, and I almost had won before getting to New York, and I'd led almost every lap, got passed on the white flag lap, and, was really upset about that. That was my third race ever, and I was going to win, get up to New York, completely different situation as far as equipment, but I was like, heck, I'm racing, let's go. I remember at that track that we watched there tonight, I ran third in the heat. And in the main event, I went into turn 1 and I started, I believe, 11th. And I came off of turn 2 in a race car at Outlaw, first time there ever. Fourth time in a race car ever. Fifth time maybe. And I remember coming off of turn 2 and the car I was following just disappeared. Just went away. All the cars around me just changed to this hazy gray-brown color. And I remember staying in the throttle wide open, down the back straightaway, in this, like something off of The Mummy, like a desert storm. And I remember before going into turn 3, where there is a significant drop-off, we're very lucky tonight. Luckily, the speeds are a lot lower than they were at Salina, but you could have had a very similar situation. But regardless, I remember going down the back straightaway at that track, fourth, fifth time in a car, wide open in the middle of blindness, technically, with a significant drop, entering on the top of the next corner because I knew that's where we were going. And I remember saying, what am I doing here? That was the first time I was in a race car. I was like, what am I doing here? I remember saying it. It was the first time I questioned, do I want to race? It was like, so this track has a history of being extremely dusty. Obviously, that's what I was going to come on here and talk about was this scenario. Let me see if I could bring it up. This is a screenshot from the racing event tonight. And there are 4 cars in this picture, believe it or not. This is a screenshot from Flow Racing. And there's 2 cars to his outside. You could kind of see the one wing. There's 2 cars to the outside of him right here. And that's James McFadden. You can visibly see that car right there. Then there's 2 cars to the outside. And then there's one in the background. You can almost see the hood, front nose wing at the top of the screen. Top right there at the very corner of the image right there, that one. So I know a lot of people are freaking out about the dustiness, but I thought it raced good still. I mean, New York tracks race good. They just do have this dust, this misty issue. Outlaw, through my experiences, was the worst one. I didn't feel like I had these experiences on Land of Legends, which was another track I went to. I don't believe I've seen it really that bad. Weedsport don't do this, for instance, where the Outlaws venture. So I was coming on here to maybe talk about this, Brad Sweet or David Gravel, who's the best. I have this undisputed championship belt that we gave Ricky Thornton Jr. last year because he didn't win a super late model championship. I customly designed this championship belt for him that he wore out at the Dome. Got a little Ricky Thornton Jr. He's all happy. Look at him, his intro, had it all customly made up. I did all the design work myself. I'm like, you know what we should do? Snake skin belt with the gold and the green, all Outback looking, with the orange and the blue, signature Ricky Thornton Jr. I was like, man, maybe we should do something similar this year. I'll do some kind of, I'll take the best outlaw races or the high limit races where I think, everyone's going to meet, and I'll have a sprint car championship belt, undisputed sprint car champion this year, for the sprint car champion. And I'll do all the points, and you don't even have to be gravel or sweet. We'll just do it all. I'll personally do my own point system, because the ones out there are a joke. I'll do my own point system, and I'll have my own. The Chaz will have his own undisputed sprint car champion, and they'll be awarded this belt at the end of the year. Other people want to get money involved. The whole sport's about ego. So let's put the ego on the line with the undisputed championship belt. And you can look as cool as Ricky Thornton Jr. at the Dome as he did last year. But regardless, I had all these cool ideas and things to talk about. I even had the schedule here. I had this all lined up. We could, obviously, a lot of these match races that we're gonna do this at. The first one will probably be the Huset's High Banks Nationals. That'll be the one race where everybody's gonna be there. The next race would probably be a high limit event, the July 17th, 18th high limit event at Eldora. That's gonna be $100,000. Then your next points races for the Chaz's undisputed belt will be the King's Royal Week, which will be that week. So you'll have 4 nights, and then obviously. You throw Knoxville Nationals in there. Would you throw I-55 in there? I don't know. Would you? That would be a question mark. I would say Knoxville Nationals, because you never know who could venture out. We'll put Knoxville Nationals in there. Then, of course, you'd probably me personally, I would put the Lernerville Silver Cup after that week. I'd put that in there. And then I'd probably end the year, just make it easy, go Williams Grove National Open, and then World Finals. I'll do my own points, and we'll have us an undisputed sprint car champion. We ain't got to ask no questions to Chaz. I'll say that that's the undisputed sprint car champion, and that's the bottom line because the Chaz said so. But anyways, I had all these great, grand ideas. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, as I was watching the screen, Brad Sweet celebrating, this happened. Now, I know that Flo's probably going to flag my video and make sure the world doesn't see what we're about to show you. I don't know what they're going to do. But sometimes, like I told the one girl today from the motorcycle gang, sometimes the risk is worth it. I want everybody to pay attention to what is said in this video and what happens in this video, and pay attention to the crew member of the 49 of the Brad Sweet vehicle. Everybody, please. Hopefully this will play correctly. We'll see right here.
His way over to the scales and to the attention of High Limit Racing Technical Director Kevin Naus. Need to make sure he meets the minimum weight requirement and passes the templates as well before he gets the all.
Before we keep playing, the car is about to be pushed onto the scales. You see the officials in the orange uniforms, High Limit Racing uniforms. Near the racing electronics sign, that little open box, is the weight scale of the car. Pay attention, as this is official tech for the High Limit Racing Series.
All-important fist bump from Kevin Naus, telling him that it is official and that he is once again a winner with Kubota High Limit Racing.
Is there 2? Please tell me there's 2. Everybody's all over Facebook. Tell me there's a hidden scale over here. Is there 2? Please tell me I'm looking stupid. Please tell me there's 2 scales.
There it is, race fans. It is official.
There's not, guys. There's not. There's only one set of scales that's being read here. Oh, wait, no, wait. Is there other ones? Nope.
To the attention of High Limit Racing.
There's not any scales, ladies and gentlemen. There's only one set here. And you don't even have an official check the weight of the vehicle.
And passes the templates as well.
A crew member approves the weight of his own race car.
From Kevin Naus, telling him that it is official and that he is once again a winner with Kubota High Limit Racing?
I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know. All this Brad Sweet conspiracy theory stuff, I thought I just took it as bullshit. Obviously, we went in on the freaking Outlaw's favoritism towards Larson breaking rules with wearing a watch, which was in their rule book as illegal. You know, we took account of that because it still was illegal, and everybody just turned a blind eye because it's Kyle. And then, you know, I didn't really go after High Limit last year too much about the Tri-City deal. In comparison to other people, especially in comparison to Kevin Swindell. And this year, I haven't really seen this favoritism to Brad Sweet and all this that everybody's saying. I just think Brad Sweet is just that much better than everybody on High Limit. If he was on the Outlaw Tour, we might be talking about challenges, but it's Brad Sweet. I still think the Outlaws is a 1A. I'm sorry, Outlaws is 1A to me. Saw Buddy Kofoid come in there and looked like, you know, he was racing the other guys there for a minute until the track rubbered down and Courtney did some Courtney things, or Jackie Boggs, or whatever we're calling him now. But when I saw this, or actually, let me rephrase. I didn't even really pay much attention to when this happened, but my Facebook and everything started blowing up because I was getting stuff ready here. I was listening to it as it was playing, and then the victory lane pictures and all that. And my stuff started blowing up. And then when I went to Facebook to even check my messages of what's this, did you see that? It was already posted all over Facebook. I hope everyone saw this. And you just had Jeremy Elliott here recently make a post about he don't see the favoritism of Brad Sweet. And I agree. It's like all the teams would have to be in on it, and he would have to cheat all these years, and who knows, maybe, who knows. But ladies and gentlemen, this don't look good now, does it? I've heard, you know, Kyle Larson, he really cares about the image of the series. He cares about what it looks like. And apparently, and I ain't been leading the charge on Brad Sweet's getting favored in High Limit. I ain't been doing that, but apparently there's been this notion out there that that's the case. And if that's the case, how are you okay with this? Who's in trouble here? Because I'll tell you what, somebody needs to be in trouble. Somebody needs to be in trouble here. Because here's the situation. Somebody didn't, any other team, and back to what Elliot was saying, any other team that sees this right here, you ever had somebody tell you something to your face and then go behind your back and do something else? Oh my God, we're talking about High Limit. They're pushing the sunset out there, so y'all may be used to it. But Zeb, I feel bad for you. But at the end of the day, another victim has been added to the mantle. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is not good. This isn't a good image. And in the video, the crew member rises up, communicates with the tech official, and tells him a number. And that's okay. I guess everybody, back to honesty. Oh, Kyle didn't check his watch. He wouldn't do that. Back to weight. You're telling me that if that car wasn't at proper weight, that the person, the member of the team, is going to tell the tech official, hey, we're light. Why are y'all acting like, especially with all the things going on in this sprint car series especially, why are y'all acting like everybody's just being honest with one another? I mean, I get it. You should believe in some people, but when it comes to competitive elements, whether that's for, wins on the racetrack or girls in the bedroom, apparently there's a lot of falsities that could potentially happen. So, this is horrible. This is bad. This is a a bad look for the High Limit Series. I can't believe what they are allowing or what they allowed here. Somebody has to be in trouble. I ain't saying somebody's got to be fired. But something has to happen here. So I see some people saying they just got in here a little late. So what happened tonight is when Brad Sweet went to the scales, I wonder if I got it up here, to be weighed on the scales and teched, he didn't even get his weight checked by a tech official, his own crew member. And maybe they're playing undercover here. They were talking about superheroes tonight. Maybe this guy is Superman and he's dressed up as Clark Kent. Maybe he is an official. I don't know. But his own crew member checks the weight of the car and the only thing I can assume here is his own crew passed tech for him. Is that what everybody else is seeing here?
Requirement. And passes the templates as well. Before he gets the all-important fist.
Because there's no one over here in these orange shirts that comes to this side and reads the numbers on the screen, which is on that opened suitcase.
From Kevin Nouse, telling him that it is official and that he is once again a winner.
So he just rises up and I guess tells the official the honest number because everybody's honest in racing.
There it is, race fans. It is official.
He pushes. He doesn't even go check the weight before just to double check. He pushes him. He believed the crew member. Now, the thing is here, and this is why I say other teams, if it's another team besides Brad Sweet or maybe Kyle Larson or somebody in the ownership group that everybody says it's conspiracy theories about, if that's another car besides Brad Sweet, in this instance on a weekly, nightly basis that Brad Sweet's there every time, an owner, do they get to do that? Is that okay for them to do? Will they get to pass? Will they see that as okay? Will their crew members be treated as just as much and trustworthy as that? Checking your own weight on your. Let me just replay it one more time. Let me make sure that the car doesn't go onto the scales
before
until
he gets
when
the all-important fist.
Car's on the scales then, so it's flat. On the scales, now we can weigh the car, the numbers being displayed where the crew member goes to look. Am I seeing where somebody looks across or zooms in? Is there somebody off to the side with binoculars or something? Is this a digital scale hooked up to some kind of display somewhere? Does he have does the tech leader over there have like a watch that's telling him how much the scale reads? He doesn't go near it, guys. He's over there doing template work, which is a part of it. That's great. Tells Brad the number, I'm assuming, but the car's moving, the scales are changing now, the weight's changing. It was never checked by an official. It was checked by a member of the 49 car. And once again, this is the problem. I still think maybe this guy's distrustworthy. This is all great, but who else gets to, and this is back to the favoritism thing that I guess now people are going to have a point to make. What other car gets to do this? What other car in this series or anywhere in the country that runs high limit, except maybe the 57, would get to do that and it be okay? I mean, I would feel like, maybe there's other people that are trustworthy or have great relationships with officials, but if you have a scenario where a crew member's going to the scales before the damn tech official is and telling them what it is, that would raise suspicion to me. Why are you trying to tell me what the scales are? Why are you trying to tell me that? Why are you trying to tell me what they are? What's the scenario here? Why would you want me to? Why would you tell me this number? That would be a trigger for me to go double check. If I'm in the world of fairness, If I'm in the world of fairness, that might be the issue. Why isn't there someone on that all the time, Jason? I don't know. I really don't have much. Really, I don't know what to say to this, guys. I honestly don't know what to say. Because I didn't, like I said, I haven't led the charge or anything on this high limit conspiracy, helping tech officials and tech sneaking in there for Brad Sweet. I ain't been on board with all this stuff, but guys, what the fuck was that? And what do y'all think? I don't really have much to say after that. Here's the number, 515-298-7691. Spike, if you call in, we're limiting you to 10 fucking minutes. I don't care what you're making sense of and who you're making fun of and how funny it is. We're not going farther than 10 minutes. 515-298-7691. Sound off on what we just saw here. Can you believe what we just saw, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on here? 515-298-7691. I mean, I am a bit taken away. And the dust of the track, it was one thing, but that's a whole nother situation, So if we're talking about the Kenny Wallace deal, I mean, I don't know if we need to talk about the Kenny Wallace deal. If no one wants to call, that's fine as well. We can keep it on the chat. 515-298-7691. We'll wait until somebody calls. Let's react to some of the chats in here. I just can't believe what we saw. That's the equivalent of not going to the scales. It's pointless of weighing it. Thank you. Okay, see, I'm not trying to be mean. All right, we got our first caller. 724 is on the line. What the hell? What area is 724, sir?
That is Western PA, boss.
Oh, no. You're about to have a speed week here very soon.
That is right. And are you going to treat yourself to it, sir?
I messaged the Western PA Speed Week Facebook page. They said, we have, I don't know, maybe they're out of the whack. They haven't ever heard of my content and don't care if I come or not. They wanted some of my content, for example, but it's like, okay, never mind. But I might go. I might still go. I'm wanting to get into the Ohio area. Right. Ohio is one of the last regions I haven't really went up and down around on, that and Wisconsin, but Wisconsin's too much cheese and beer, so I don't want to do it. But
all right, so let's talk about the good old boy club, Brad Sweets, then, with himself at the scales.
What in the hell was that, man? I mean, I'm speechless. I don't really know what to say. I mean, I'm surprised Kyle ain't shutting it down at this point.
Well, maybe her text Brad from his watch and do that, but I just don't see that happening. I mean, honestly, like you said, if it would have been switched and that would have been Tyler Courtney's car, would they have been cool with Tyler Courtney's crew hopping out and doing the same thing?
Well, they're okay with they're okay with Tyler Courtney hopping in and out of a lot of stuff, so possibly. I mean, at this point, I don't know why if we want to talk about that behavior, I don't know why that stuff, why isn't that pushed out like a Tyler Walker was when he had all of his issues? I think of that as the same thing. But regardless, another car. Is there another car? Another example? What if it was Brent Marks, for instance?
Brett Marks is a good example, yeah. Or Rico. Well, I think Rico's in the club.
We're talking about the clique.
You're
talking about the clique.
Right.
And now, see, I think Courtney is in the
Cali clique.
I think Courtney's in the clique.
Okay, yeah, I could agree to that. I think so, too. I think it helps when you have somebody like, I don't know, Spire Motorsports come on to your front wing all of a sudden.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Especially when they have that ladder and that pipeline up the cup, which is that false analogy that this is a stepping stone instead of being at the elite. But saying that and seeing something that we saw tonight kind of sours that whole example. Because, for instance, one of the best is not supposed to be at the scales weighing himself in one of the premier national touring series.
It's so bad, man.
We would never see it. With the late model, people would lose their ever-loving mind.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine if that was to happen? Like, oh, my God. At a late model race?
Exactly.
They would have, somebody from another team would have ran up there and started just yelling. Like, seriously, there would have been blows.
And I get it. I guess I want to say because it was in New York and the tracks I didn't. How'd you feel about the attendance tonight there? Did you feel like that was?
It was way better than some
for...
of their crowds. Who knows if they were there for the modifieds or not? Because that's a heavy populated modified area. But maybe it was so dusty that they couldn't see the scales, so they needed that guy to go over there. And maybe the other competitors couldn't see that guy had went over there because it was so dusty, So maybe if they could see, they might have saw that the Brad Sweet crew member weighed the scales for themselves or something. I don't know. But as far as crowd, that's a little joke. As far as crowd, I thought it was okay.
That's how I felt too. I didn't feel like it was sold out, elbow to elbow. But I mean, for a modified country, they did good. They did way better than, let's say, Golden Isles in the beginning of the year. I mean, that was definitely a miss for Highland,
or RPM
right?
Speedway or Salina High Banks. I mean, there was a bunch of them. I don't know how much was it to get in tonight, even though like that's outlaw, or outlaw modified country. I wonder how much it was to get in tonight. The typical high limit race has been 40 to 45 right now. To get in, let me check on here. They had to have something posted, and that was full blown modifieds tonight. Usually those are like a 5,000 or 2,000 to win show. Their weekly stuff, but to have that crowd, there was some openings. It looked like in turn 4. I don't know how cold it was up there either. It's still kind of chilly throughout the whole Midwest. It has to be. It can't be super warm up there tonight, I would think. I'm trying to dig through Outlaw Speedways.
I feel like we're not going to see that.
Yeah. I'm trying to find their price to get in, but you just can't find it for some reason. It's not showing up anywhere. So maybe it was find out when you get there and pay the price. I think I just found it. It was Pitts was 50. Right. General was 40, and top 3 rows were 45. Kids 6 to 12 for $20. So
what?
Yeah.
6 to what?
6 to 12.
I mean, the Outlaw tickets by comparison are general admissions 35 and
40. Yes.
Kids are 10.
Yes.
So for me, like for instance, I pre-ordered for the Sharon race. That was with tax and everything, like 57, I think. And I did it online, print tickets out and everything. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like tonight was kind of eye-opening, man. There would not be, if the Outlaws were to do that and let David Gravel get away with it, we'd be causing the same stink about it. It doesn't matter that it was just Brad Sweet. It does matter even more though, because it's his series and he has guys assigned to the scales, guys that are supposed to report there immediately after the race in order to take the official weight and scale. Well, not Brett.
Well, and for it to be so blatant is the problem. It's like there's no hiding it. Hold on. It looks like we got possibly an update of a tweet in response to it or something.
Nice.
No, there's just a tweet of the situation at hand. People are just more so picking up on what happened now. It's actually hit Twitter the whole I just couldn't believe that the guy didn't just walk over there before they pushed the car away to double verify, or anything. Or anything. Like, I've seen members check the weight, but I've also always seen the official check the weight before that car moves.
Exactly. We want the official to be there, right? It's really not official until the sanctioned series official is there, right? If we're going to go back to the textbook, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure that's the way it's written, right? It's not, I mean, if they have a guy out because he's sick or whatever, that's one thing, and they need an extra hand around the scales. But there's normally 2 guys at the scales, right? And their little high-limit fire suits.
Yeah. Well, it looks like there's the high-limit fire suit guy, and then there's also the just a normal, kind of like my suit or my shirt that I got on, like a official shirt guy on.
Right, like Yeah, like a series.
Just an official, yeah, a
shirt
series vest or shirt or however you want to call it. But there is two guys there, and the other guy looks like he's just like watching everything happen. We're looking at him right now.
Right.
He walks to and that's the weird part. Both of them walk to the other side of the vehicle
Like
while he checks
they
the
were
weight.
Gonna let him do the scale. Yeah,
It's almost like it was
a
assigned.
Which is not right. We're all in agreement on that, right? Chat's in agreement on it that you just can't, like, even the local shows, they don't just let the local boys come up and pull up and, hey, what's that number say on the scale? Like, isn't, the ongoing joke and meme about the tech guy and is always picky and he has to touch everything?
Well, this is just next level. I mean, this is just, it's next level because there's conspiracy around this. This was a video on Jeremy Elliott's stuff this week, about this, the tech in particular, and it's like how, and about the 49 and about the series being in on it. And are they trolling? Is that what just happened? Are they making fun of people? Was this planned?
I mean, I just don't feel like that any other series doesn't do that, right? Like we don't, and if they do, it's not that blatant, or they don't have cameras zoomed in on it.
Cuddle says you guys can't say this was cheating. Brad Sweet is a family man and wouldn't teach his children to be dishonest.
Nobody is talking about cheating, dude. We're talking about following the rules of your series that you set up.
And treating everyone equally. The competitors need to be treated equally.
Which is why Brad Sweet broke away from the Outlaws, because he thought he could sell something better, right? A better product of sprint car racing.
Now, is that going to be the excuse? Somebody just said, and I joked about this, maybe it's true. Do the scales have Bluetooth connection and the information is going to the text? I said watch or phone. I mean, that has to be their only excuse. I just have never seen this before in my life. So,
well, me personally, I've never, I don't know how to run the scales or not. But what I would assume is, regardless of the number that appears on the scale, the whole thing isn't about Brad Sweet or even his crew member. It's about one of the high limit guys dropping the ball and not double backing and verifying that the number was correct. No one's saying that he did anything wrong. I don't think he should be punished, but I think if you have a rule in place that maybe next drivers meeting, they need to reiterate it. Hey, team guys, when you guys don't get off the quad, just stay on the quad. You know what I mean? It's that simple. The tech guys, give the tech guys an extra minute because he's got to check the wicker bill. What else does he have to check?
Well, competition director or directing, like it's almost like he directed the guy to do the job for him. Would that be the person to blame? Would that be so? Somebody made a mistake here. Is it that competition director who didn't walk over and check? Is that the mistake here?
In my personal opinion, I'm going to say yeah, because you wouldn't just delegate one of those team guys to come in and fill that role, right?
No,
you wouldn't want every team checking their own.
Maybe if it was another team member, then maybe. If it was another team member, I would trust that.
Like Casey Kane?
No, just like if it was second place's crew guy, I might check. I might believe that number.
Oh, you're talking about like swapping Courtney's guy to push Sweet, and then Brad's guy's got to push Courtney.
Or no, I'm talking about just checking the weight.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we all want the same thing, right? We just want the clarification on the rule. Like, I don't think Brad Sweet did anything wrong. I just think it looks bad, right? We have to agree that it looks terrible, and the fact that they're probably not going to have an announcement about it, right? They're probably just going to sweep it under the rug, and they're probably at the next track, they're going to probably be a little more conscious of hopping off the quad and looking at the scale.
I honestly don't know which is worse, this or the lap back situation last year at Tri-City. Because this is just straight up. It's not like Kyle ran over here and said, let him do it, or like, the owners or series people said do this. It's just like, it just happened like it was normal. And the fist bump at the end, I mean, the guy comes over, doesn't look, and gives him the fist bump like it was all set up to begin with. Vegas loves seeing this. It's
Right.
training sprint car racing to be ready to rig races. That's what they're training them for. You know, if you're going to gamble on the sport, you got to fix these horses to finish, you know.
I think we do quite a good job of that between, you know, like just basing the 410, the whole wing series up, letting the locals come and race with the Outlaws or the High Limit or Fast or whoever. I feel like we have that broad category in our sport where there's like gentleman rules, right?
You would think.
Right. And the more we look into it, the more I kind of see it as, all right, well, this isn't too gentlemanly because, you know, when you run a series, you are going to be held to a different standard, right? Like the whole part of this that, like we said, we keep reiterating, if it was anybody else, we would not really, we would still talk about it, but we probably wouldn't raise our eyebrow as high.
Well, of course,
So,
especially with the rumors that have been circulating enough for Jeremy Elliott, one of the highest, you know, riders of sprint car racing, to make a video and dedicate 90 of his seconds to it. You know, this is a hot button topic. That's why I said, are they trolling? Because, I mean... But
that's the wrong, you know...
It is the wrong way. It is the wrong way.
It's the wrong way, yeah. Because it makes you look like your series, like your integrity.
It's a joke.
You know, everybody lost their fucking mind about Tom Brady losing a couple fucking ounces out of a football. You know what I mean? Wait till we hear that fucking certain drivers' scale weight doesn't really get read properly or officially analyzed. And that's the difference. Like,
yeah. Then you got guys like me, you know, I'm being, technically, according to Kenny Wallace, I'm being mean right now by pointing this out, you know. So
Kenny Wallace?
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is either.
Right? Like, I love Kenny. I really do. I hope he's watching and stuff. But, like, you know, he should know as well as anyone that this show is based off comedy, that we are here to provide a laugh, a smile, with a little bit of truth and humor mixed between the two. And sometimes I think we forget about that.
How do you know my show so well? Are you a long-time watcher or something?
Yeah, dude, you do the sprint car community well, man. I know you don't get the accolades and, you know, a lot of guys bump heads with you and give you a lot of crap, man. But the passion, your love for sprint car racing, you're a good dude, man. Like, you care about the drivers more than just the people that show up in the stands and see them as, you know, they're on their T-shirts and stuff. You live that life. You travel the road. Now you did something a lot of us that watch your show haven't done. You've gotten to go overseas and see the other aspect of it in Australia. So you're a big part of the sprint car community, whether you get the, you know, the props that you deserve or not, man. And, you know, I like being a listener or whatever. Or I'm going to make Chaz T-shirts here soon, dude. We can start handing them out. There'd be white for the girls and black for the dudes.
Oh, my God. We need jerseys like what I'm wearing right now, like crew jerseys that are like the Chaz, and I'll sell sponsorships on them. That way we can go to Eldora just wearing like, we'll have 50 people in a crew, just dominate the whole damn area. You know, just walk in like a giant clique, like a little dirt gang, bro. That'd be clean.
I like, what would be more scary to the dirt mafia than to hear that there's a dirt gang out there?
Name the Chaz. Name the Chaz. Dude, we all walk up to the King's Royal 50 people deep with the same shirts on. They'll call the police.
No, they won't. They can't.
We'll be just like the Chaz in Seattle and take the fucking bitch over, you know?
Hey, we just got to pick our track correctly, right? We don't want to go.
Big events only.
We can't.
Take over the season.
Exactly.
Fucking take over the season. And then that Chaz championship belt will be even better.
Dude, that was an awesome idea too. Like, you know, you do that for the community. And like I said, man, like, we appreciate that stuff. You know, chat, you know, we give you love when we can. We know we got the spikes out there and stuff, but, you know, there's not another, you know, person traveling around taking in the culture of sprint car racing and trying to spread it in a positive light. And you're real, man. You bring to light real things.
Yeah, you don't want to expose something to people under a falsity. I want the realness to be put out there. Even like, you know, some of this behind the scenes women action. Hey, if you're a bad guy, we need a bad character. You know what? Why not just be honest with it? If I was them in their situation, I'd come out and let the whole world know. Be the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's a bad guy, right? Don't put your fake smile on and try to be who you are. I mean, be who you actually are.
Well, and and society loves a villain too, because with every villain is a hero. So, I mean, and that's unfortunately, two sides of the coin.
Well, apparently the villain tonight was Batman. That's who he picked. So.
Is that what we're calling the guy on the quad, Batman tonight?
No,
Wayne,
I got to stop talking now. I got to stop talking. But anyway, I probably won't make it. I probably won't make. I always call walking the pits at a dirt sprint car event, walking the plank. I don't know if I'm going to make this next one at a high limit event. It'll be a testy one, I'm sure.
We might have to get that 20 to 30 deep pole like we said.
Yeah, dude, that's a great idea. That's awesome. All right.
I'm going to let somebody else in chat call. Thanks for letting me hop on, man. Appreciate it.
What was your name? Where are you from?
Ryan.
Okay. We're going to have to do something. Are you going to Sharon?
Yeah, we're going to link for Sharon Saturday, big guy.
All right. Well, don't go to hell by then.
Good luck. I won't, bro. I'll have the cooler packed. I'll see you then.
All right.
All right, bye.
So that was Ryan calling in from Western PA. We did have some missed calls from a 4-1. Oh.
Call rejected.
Oh, 416 is rejected. What's this all about? Oh. All right, line is open. Let's see what's this. Quality and safety, blah, 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 blah. Oh, come on. Oh, unusual activity. You should be able to call in now. Whoever was calling in, the 416. 416, it should be open. Let's put the number back onto the screen. Check the chat. This is the number 515-298-7691. 7691 515. Oh my. 416 has made it through. Who's on the line?
What's up, Chaz? It's Clark.
Oh no, Clark has made his debut. Somebody already put in their GD. Yeah. I guess somebody knew that you were 416. They already put in the chat, GD, it's Clark.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Okay, so what is the Canadian? What is the Canadian Tribunal have to say about this? This is an international opinion, so don't get mad at them, guys.
This shit wouldn't fly in Australia, right?
Oh, dude, in Australia, this would be like this. The team. If this was to happen in Australia, I think the team, the crew member, and the official who made the mistake would be like banned they'd be suspended for at least a season, a year or two.
Look at the official at the front of the car.
Oh, it's bad.
He's just doing nothing. He's just picking up pylons, just walking around.
I don't know what that guy. I don't know if that's his job though. Is that his job? If that's his job, he's doing his job.
At every short track race in America, there's somebody dedicated to the scale, pushing the car onto the scale.
Usually.
It's not rocket science.
Usually.
You tell me at your local short track that the crew member is not supposed to touch the freaking car.
Now, I believe they said competition director Kevin Nouse there to check the weight and everything. I believe that's what was said.
Before he gets the all-important fist bump.
Let's see, hold on.
Show me how they have Bluetooth hooked up.
Kevin
telling
Nouse.
him that it is official.
No, it's Kevin Nouse that's down there supposed to check it, apparently. I believe that's the competition director. That's why they named him. So this is the guy.
Well, he didn't check the weight. So he fucked up.
How bad is this?
But if
Clark?
you're
a high limiter.
If the series has any,
God.
Hey, okay, 100%.
You believe high limit's better than everybody? You think they're second rate to the Outlaws?
Well, if they don't fix this, they're second rate, hands down. I'm switching to Outlaws. I'll go buy Dirt Vision. I'll cancel my flow.
You're canceling flow if they don't fix this?
If they don't fix this, I'll cancel flow and I'll buy Dirt Vision.
Okay, so then how do you fix this?
This is
Brad
embarrassing.
Should Brad's, and this could actually help their championship chase, should they disqualify Brad Sweet from this event?
This is either a DQ or a 50 point penalty.
But the liability's on the competition director.
Hey, hey, the series can make their own determinations, right? Just like, people doping tires, getting DQ'd for tires, right? You did not check weight.
Yeah, but the guy's getting the fist bump as they're rolling off,
okay.
Clark. From the competition director that's responsible for doing that.
Oh, okay. So when you rob my store, Chaz, I'm supposed to just give you a fist pump and say, have a good day?
That's what he did.
Correct. He fucked up. They got to make this right. Either look what happened in IndyCar. Perfect example. Look what happened in IndyCar.
They're professional. We're learning right now this high limit is not.
Well, they fucking need to be. That's why they need to DQ themselves, hands down.
Okay, so how are you going to punish the driver for an official's mistake? This is an official's mistake.
The series needs to make it right. They need to DQ him. DQ
Brad Sweet from this event.
No points. Hands down.
What if they say no and they, reprimand this Kevin Nouse for 30 days or put him on probation or something like that? No, not good enough?
Yeah, fire the guy.
Fire the guy.
Didn't do his job.
It's a pretty
he didn't do his fucking job, Chaz. If I don't do my job, I get fired.
Yeah.
If I fuck up and someone dies, I lose my job.
Somebody just said, Race Shop 54 said, Brad as a racer has no control over the officials not doing their job. Brad as a series owner is. You can't be both on race night. Brad has nothing to do with it in the moment. We are expecting some super chats if y'all want to give
in the moment,
assholes. But anyway, continue.
Hey, in the moment, if Brad actually cared about his series, he would say, make sure you walk over there and make it look like you checked the fucking scales.
Somebody is saying, I think Kevin or the guy in front signaled something with the flag. I don't know. I must just be seeing something. What's he talking about? Signaled with a flag. Do you know what he's talking about? I didn't see no flags being signaled. What are we talking about?
No, I saw a crew member look really, really closely at the number on the scales.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he went over there.
So don't tell me there's some Bluetooth technology or anything.
Right. I mean, it looks at it. He stares a couple times, and then it looks like he yells to Kevin what the number is, and then he tells Brad what the number was. And then they say congratulations and fist bump and roll out. They trusted the crew member to scale the car officially.
I've never been trusted to tech any of my own shit in front of an official.
It's never happened, but that goes back to the favoritism that people are bitching about or seeing it's been a conspiracy theory, but when you give conspiracy theories that this 49 is getting favored, when you give them this amount of evidence, that's bad.
You give Jeremy Elliott all of this evidence, and you know how I have a bit of
even a high limit hater. You give Brian Carter this much evidence. You give I'm just saying.
Yep, exactly. Dude, I'm fucking embarrassed. You know how much I push high limit.
You love high limit. You are a high limiter.
Yep, and this is a fucking kick in the nuts. Because now guess what, Chaz? Anytime I say something to you, you're gonna throw this in my face, right?
I haven't said that they've been playing favorites with Brad. I haven't said that at all.
No. You never said that. Correct. But what I'm saying is, if I keep saying that they're the 1A, you can bring this up. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a leg to stand on in the conversation.
Well, I mean, Kofoy just walked in and almost walked off with a win. It looked very easy to me without the track going rubber. I
mean, until he got scared, until he saw Courtney.
Yeah, when he saw Courtney, probably the emotions took over. Couldn't focus.
Yep.
But anyway, all right, is that it?
But that's it. All I'm saying is, either they got to DQ him, man. They got to fucking DQ him.
DQ
It's
Brad
fucking
Sweet.
embarrassing.
But ain't that
If they
kind of
don't do it,
soft
then
though?
fuck you.
That's still just like, hey, we kind of, for the conspiracy guys, that's kind of like saying, hey, we kind of let y'all know we are cheating, and we're just gonna DQ me for this one and try to make it up. Or we're all in the same bucket, and now that y'all saw it a little bit, we gotta, slap my wrist, take my win away. I think it's on the official. Now, do they fire the official? I don't know how many tech guys are out there, but
honestly, it's not too hard to look at fucking numbers on a scale, for God's sake.
It really ain't.
Jesus Christ.
It ain't.
Have a good night, Chaz. This is fucking embarrassing.
I know.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Clark's emotionally affected, guys. He really is he loves high limit, man. He loves high limit. It's oh my God. Yes, Mark Nelson, we have been talking about it. We need to get a suicide hotline for Clark tonight. He sounded the worst I've ever heard him. Yeah, Mark, we have been documenting what most cannot believe they are seeing, and that is a crew member of a competitive vehicle telling an official what his car weighs. Not the official seeing with his own eyes what the car weighs in an official weigh-in, or official weigh-in, but the fighter of the fight got onto the scales and told the officials what he weighs as a collective here, and then gets the fist bump and is sent off. The favoritism conspiracy theorists just got all the methanol fuel that they could ever desire in this one, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, once again, I haven't said anything about this, but this is worse than the watch. Although it's illegal in the World Outlaw Sprint Car Series, and Larson had one, and they didn't do anything. They're paying for it, hopefully going forward, for acting that way for years, favoritism towards that driver. But yes, Mark, we are reacting. We'll see if we can get another caller. We're almost to the hour mark. 515-298-7691. My weekend schedule is planning to be at Utica tomorrow and Sharon on Saturday. I haven't been to Sharon. I arrived at Utica last year, right as the checkered flag was falling for an event. Right as oh no, Spike's about to. What is Spike? Are you actually going to have your voice on, or are you going to be acting like the caller, the person you changed your name to, Cuddle here?
What's up, Chaz?
What's going on?
Oh, give me a rundown from last weekend from Bakersfield. They told me to give you the rundown.
No, what are you talking about? Talking about
you
high
the
limit Brad Sweet.
How many cars showed up? I seen that. What the fuck's that shit?
I don't know. These are your California boys running the national series right here.
Like I said, what the fuck's going on racing?
I don't know what to call this.
You got fucking good. I never see shit like this.
I ain't never seen it either, guy. What do we do?
You haven't either.
What do we do with this? What did they do?
I mean, I've been racing all my fucking life. I mean, this is a bunch of. You gotta be the owner, you don't give a fuck.
So then what do they do to make it right?
What it is.
What do they do? What do they do? They fire the tech official leader guy?
Disqualify his ass.
That's what you think. They got to fire him. No suspension, no warning.
Disqualify, penalize the guy in tech. Disqualify the guy in tech for 30 days. If he does it again, you get fired.
I don't think he's ever going to do it again because we've never seen this shit before, personally. But I don't think he'll ever do it again.
I never seen shit like this.
I ain't seen it either. Somebody asked, "Is this the guy who Chaz saved his life?" Yes, it is. This is the guy who saved this guy's life. All right. So what happened at Bakersfield? As we're trying to get over this, what happened at Bakersfield? Let's hear something.
It was the worst night I've probably seen in 25 years.
What's that?
In racing.
At Bakersfield?
They had 15 minutes that showed up. Okay. Yes. Not bad.
Okay.
All right, yeah, and the fucking push truck driver went over the guy's fucking fill tank, bent his fucking ring, almost hit the guy in the arm. The push truck driver did.
Okay.
We have 14 from the main event, and the guy had 10 laps to go, blew his fucking motor up. And the whole car was up in flames.
Oh, my.
I mean, if this Saturday, you're going to say I'm crazy, I'm planning to do 2 tracks Saturday night.
Wow.
Go to Bakersfield for the 360 and 410 and shit up the Tuileries for Saturday night.
Okay.
And I'll give you a rundown of how it went over there again. Yeah, it's on Florida this weekend, the new sprint car series.
That's right. You were telling me about the
last
new one.
week they had Kern County. Yeah, 27 cars set up at Kern County 2 weeks ago.
Correct.
Not bad. And if half of 360, half of 410s. And then one of the 410, that's when half of the get it down to equal with the 360s. It's pretty good racing. I've been around racing all my fucking life. I never seen shit like the night in fucking racing.
What about how dusty the track was? Did you see
That's
that?
bullshit.
It was pretty dusty.
Like Plymouth Speedway about 12, 13 years ago, it was that wet. I never seen it that bad over there. It was so bad. You see it going in the half of down the.
Oh, I think we lost him. Oh, my. We wait for him to call back. We did have a missed call. Oh, no. Who's this? Is this him again? Hello? Oh, my God. We're having bad luck here. Hello? Are all these people out in the middle of nowhere? Hello?
What's going on, Chaz?
Okay, we got you in. We got you in. Who is this?
Oh, dude, Caden from California. Don't tell me Cali's got a shitty phone signal tonight.
Maybe there's some alien shit happening. I don't know.
I don't know. We got this Cali conspiracy. Where's Broke Joe?
I don't know what to say. Broke Joe don't want to have a heart attack. He's old, so he's backed out from this shit. Look at what is your California people doing to the national sprint car racing scene? Because this is all California doing this. You understand that, right?
Yeah, this is. Well, look at Macedo's already got 2 Narquins on the year. Who called that?
No one would have called that. That's insane. But what about this Brad Sweet situation? I mean, Brad and Kyle, California guys, came out here and this is how you do it over there, I guess. Are they taking that kind of Broke Joe? People couldn't believe how California racing operates, the favoritism and all the clicks and running everything. Have they kind of taken that mentality and brought it to the national scene? I mean, this is something that you would see in the California conspiracies of Broke Joe. This is the type of stuff he would point out. Be very similar.
I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know how Courtney got in the clique here. He's not from California.
Well, you ever seen the movie?
He's from California, but
have you ever seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut?
Have some Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I don't know. This is some messy shit here, Chaz. Who's this little needle dick on the 49 that's reading off numbers at the scales?
How is that his fault, though? I've seen guys. I don't see that as his fault. I don't blame the crew member. It's not the crew member's responsibility to properly tech the race car. He can look at the numbers all he wants. I've seen crew members look at numbers, but I've also seen every single freaking time the official do it too.
Got the fuck out of the way.
The tech official wasn't even near the vehicle, though. The tech official was on the other side.
I think it's some shit. I don't know. I'm thinking of turning on the Outlaws this weekend. I don't know. High Limit seems like it pushes in. It's like a casino here in California.
You're turning on the Outlaws now. You gave up on the authenticity of High Limit at this point.
I don't know. If we had another situation where Kyle's got to pull over and tell the flag man what flag to call and let Rico come back into the dash and fuck our boy Sanders out of some money, then
wow,
what are we doing here?
Which is worse? Do you think this? I almost think this is worse. I think this is worse because I've seen favoritism on the track, and people think they didn't see the white or the white was thrown twice, and people try to correct the situation. I've seen people try to do that before, similar scenarios. I ain't ever seen this shit. I've never seen a person pass tech by their own crew members teching of the vehicle. I've never seen that before. This is worse to me than that Tri-City.
If this was a late model deal and Bobby Pierce had his old boy get out and tech the car,
oh, it'd be hell.
I would be afraid to leave that place. Yeah, that place would be.
It'd be scary.
That, yeah, I'm wondering where guys like Zeb, I don't know, he's in the Cali clique with the Rudine car and all that. They're one and the same here.
I don't know. I hear he's a victim right now. I hear he's another victim though.
Same with that 83 on the Outlaw tour. That's what I'm hearing. He's a victim too. I don't know. I feel like if that was someone else, say, I don't know, Dietrich or any of these Pennsylvania guys, Macri, I don't know what would go down, but I sure as fuck wouldn't be handing out trophy money and doing another Durst dice roll.
Well, I guarantee you that they are all watching this right now. I bet you it's very unnerving in the high limit racing circle right now, like right as we sit here now today. And I bet you there's some other teams that are very vocal, whether that's through text or phone call, if they've already left the track or not, or those people who are still at the track seeing this. I'm assuming there's some very uncomfortable situations happening right now for somebody.
Yeah, all on the cusp of this Indy 500 debut. They didn't need any of this extra noise around young money.
No, this is not good. I wonder if it'll make news. They're really good at shoving stuff under the carpet. Back to the gatekeepers. I don't know if you saw me talk about that with the Kenny Wallace thing. A lot of gatekeeping happens in motorsports.
Oh, that's all California is, though. If your last name isn't Tarleton / Macedo, or
that's what Broke Joe would say. Kading.
Kading. I mean, the Selzy's got money, but coming up with that, I grew up drag racing and shit, so their money came from their grandpa in that business. That, there weren't really I guess they got in with Roth from a young age, but
yeah, the five families of California. It's not New York. It's funny this happened in New York. It's funny.
This is a Sopranos type situation we got here, Chaz.
5 families in New York. Unreal. Somebody asked how long will Kyle Larson be called Young Money? Probably until Owen comes up and they start calling him Lil Change.
I feel like it's the drop the Young Money nickname. Either pass it down to Owen or...
No, I think that Owen's nickname should be Lil Change.
I like the Young Cat for Owen. A little combination of both.
Oh, God. Young Cat? No.
He's got red hair. He's cheating ginger just like the uncle.
We're not saying that. If that would have been a track official working for someone like Lanny Edwards, they would have been fired and probably got their ass kicked in the pits. This is true.
Chaz, speaking of Crooked California, when do you think you're going to make a trip out this way? You going to come for the Gold Cup or anything?
Obviously, there's a solid 2 months or month of racing out there. 2 months of money. You got High Limit right after Knoxville, and then Outlaws come in right after that. You got like 4 or 5 shows that are above 75,000. The Roth, Skagit, Gold Cup. So that's probably the time to go is right after Knoxville. But I don't know. We'll see. When you're self-funded and you tell the truth out here, you don't get too much money. So that's what it takes to go to California is money. So
I'm sure Sanders might need a hand to wrench on something in the pits out here.
We'll see. We'll see if people want the truth over there on the West Coast. They don't want the truth, though. I mean, look at their politics, for crying out loud. Look at their 5 families.
Oh, that's just the money. The common man here, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah,
the
Dusty
American dream,
Rhodes.
Chaz. You can be out preaching to the common man here.
Yeah,
You
that's
can be
true.
hanging over the pay window after the races. And
Standing with Cali Dirt.
no, but here's a little pro tip. Yeah, what's up with that? We got any updates on that situation? Who banned him? I heard he's been barred from tracks. Certain tracks aren't allowing him. Some tracks are allowing the full replay to go up.
Yeah, I mean, that full replay must have
That's
been
some
very
shit.
beneficial for him or detrimental for the streaming companies. It has to be streaming based. I heard Speed Sport's the one after him, but I don't know. I've heard a lot of bad things about Speed Sport.
I can tell you one thing why the Outlaws got it up on High Limit is they got better shows in California. And you think the Cali guys with High Limit would have put on when they come home, but honestly, look at the Outlaw swing when they come to California.
Yeah. 83,000 at Tulare.
I mean, that Merced race, that's going to be a night, my friend.
Yeah. They don't have Chico,
Merced
but
that's it.
who got Placerville? I
No,
forgot
that
who
was
got Placerville.
I know High Limit has a Placerville date, but Outlaws got Stockton. So
Let's see,
yeah,
who's got
they both got
Placerville?
Kings, that fucking cornfield.
Yeah, it looks like High Limit's got Placerville. Outlaws have Tulare, Merced, and Bakersville, Kings, Stockton. Of course, Stockton, we don't know what Stockton's going to be anymore now, so if they get that track pointed in the right direction, if they get the track pointed in the right direction, that'll be a badass little Placerville style race, short track race. Bakersfield's always really good, very underrated. Merced, obviously, like we said, the 2-day Dennis Roth Classic, $83K to win. That'll be a show. Tulare's a real Tulare, however you want to say it. That's a hell of a racetrack. So that'll be one of the ones to watch for sure. What is the West Coast swing for? Okay, so it's Kings, Tulare, 2 of the only tracks really getting both dates. Placerville, Chico, and then Douglas County. What is Douglas County? Oh, that's going up towards Skagit. Okay, yeah, that's right. So I think that's an Oregon track. But regardless.
Washington, maybe? Yeah, regardless, it's up in fucking nowhere.
Right.
14-hour drive from anywhere. But, Chaz, I don't want to clog up your lines too much, brother.
You're
this
good. We'll see if somebody wants to.
Fun night popping the cherry here with you.
Right. We'll see if somebody else wants to call in. But thanks for calling.
That's right. Yes, sir, when you're in California, I owe you a beer wherever you may roam out this way.
I don't know. I don't know where my home base might end up or could end up being. That's another deal. So we'll see if when the time comes.
I might have to take you with me and use you to grease the palms of Justin Sanders so I get some of that 2X sheet metal to hang on the garage.
Oh my.
I gotta add a wing. You gotta add some wing boards to the garage, Chaz. I know you got some sheet metal hanging up somewhere.
Not really. I don't have anywhere to put it. So, and I only got a car, so I ain't been taking any of it home. So, I ain't got much.
Well, shit, Chaz, I'm gonna take another shot here and probably head in for the night. But you have a good night, my friend.
All righty. Well, thanks for
Keep
calling
preaching
in.
the truth, the American dream. Long live the Chaz.
All right. Thanks. Oh, Chaz prefers PA. That's true. I think his girlfriend is from there. I don't have a girlfriend currently. I would move to Port Royal. It's not bad, but it is. There's something about the mountain areas that is kind of. I don't know if I want to be stuck here forever. You know, you do kind of get some weird vibes over there. You do kind of get that kind of. What's that movie? What's that movie where they get them out into the deep? I know this caller knows all about that. What's it called? Deliverance. Get Deliverance vibes in PA. What's going on?
I called you last week.
What happened?
From Colorado.
Oh yeah, Colorado. What's going on? Are you calling in to talk about?
What did I tell you?
This?
What did I tell you? Who in their right mind would sign up to run high limit?
Who in their right mind? Whoever wants to get the fix in for them.
I'm talking about like Justin Peck and Jake Bowen, based in those guys.
I mean,
like, look at this shit going on. Look at this crap tonight. Yeah, you're good. The crew guy. Yeah, you're good. Get off there. You're good.
It's not good. It's not a good look, man. It doesn't look good for them at all.
No, but I'm saying the crew guy. Yeah, you're good.
It's not good.
We want it.
It's just not good.
Bad. It's bad.
That is very
Outlaws,
bad.
Man. I bet McFadden and Baston are like, what the hell are we doing over here?
They have to be getting
Clowns.
It has to be. It has to be horrible right now to be Brad Sweet or Kyle.
Well, with where Sprint Car has gone, the popularity, everything else, right? They had to know going into this season, like, we can't fuck this up.
Well, and then you even have, like, I keep referencing it because it's just hilariously timed, but you literally did have Jeremy Elliott on his 90s at 9 talk about this week. I mean, that's crazy timing in itself. Maybe let me see if I can find that video. Like, he was, well, I don't want to bring up Jeremy Elliott's content right now, but he literally was talking about fans are crazy and losing their mind if they think High Limit's favoring Brad Sweet. And then you get this.
Yeah. I'm not even saying they're favoring Brad Sweet, but I mean, the optics of that looks so bad.
It is. It's horrible.
It's bad.
Horrible.
I mean, yeah, last year, they were just getting their toes wet with their midweek races, and Kyle, stop, and that was,
well, and here's the harder problem with being.
Larson was like, I'll never do that again.
Right. Well, but here, the harder problem with trying to judge High Limit and this Kyle and Brad deal is look at the first comment down here. This is the problem with these psychotic people. At least Clark was admitting it. A guy has literally commented on it on Twitter and said, I'm trying to use my laptop to do some more zooming in, but from my tablet, I'm able to see it kind of looks like 1405 or 1406 pounds. Now, we all know that that's bullshit, but this is the degree that people are willing to go to try to give these people a pass.
Of it. Yeah.
But they're trying to give him a pass so bad because Kyle's involved.
Professionalism there.
It's just like it's just like with
How
the
many
watch.
times you remember watching a race on TV, and he's got to go to the scales, Ralph Shaheen back in the day, and you see the guy over there running the scale giving him the thumbs up, and that's all that person's doing.
Right.
They're getting paid to scale the cars, the top 3, top 5, or whatever they're taking in the scale. Remember, they used to give a number, like top 5 got to go to the scale, top 3 got to go to the scale. And
right.
You see some old lady over there, like, giving them the thumbs up, reading the weight.
Right.
Now you got a crew guy going over there. Yep, you're good. Let's go. That's
not how it works. But it's hard to hold them accountable because this is Larson and Brad's deal.
That's what I called you about last week. Yeah.
It's hard to hold them accountable. Crazy. I mean, just because it's Kyle, there's a group of people out there that will never turn on Kyle, Just like when I pointed out last year when he had a freaking smartwatch on during the World of Outlaws event in the cockpit.
Yeah, I remember you pointing that out. Yeah.
I mean, it's illegal, guys. But since it's Kyle,
right.
Oh, he doesn't need it. Oh, well, if he doesn't need it, why's he got it on? And if he has it on, it's illegal. It should be a disqualification. But since it's Kyle, it's okay.
Yep.
You know, and since it's Kyle, it's okay, is somewhat trickling to this high limit scenario. You know,
I'm telling you.
The excuse train is out there for a certain amount of people.
Of the two guys that are running the series, racing in the series, you know you're walking on eggshells right then and there when you're doing that. So when you do something like this, yeah, people have a right to, the fuck are you doing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what the Flow Boys are saying tonight.
Yeah. I don't know what to like somebody said, this is a late model world. Oh my God.
Oh man. People getting set on fire in the street.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my God, dude. It would be bad. It would be extremely bad.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just thought it was so ironic. You didn't even want to talk about it when I brought up last week. Who in the right mind would want to run with those two running the series? They're running in, and here we go.
It's not good.
Here we go.
It's not good.
Hey, well, at least you got to look. You're going to see some real racing. Hopefully, if it doesn't rain, you'll see some Outlaws the next couple of days. And I did lie to you last time I talked to you. I'm going to be in PA on the 31st.
Okay.
So that Friday night is the Steve Smith whatever race at Lincoln for whatever. I think it's like 11 or 12 grand. So,
well, see, I was trying to potentially.
I was after I told you.
I was trying to potentially be at Beaver Dam that weekend, but I don't know, you know. So,
well, whatever. I'll keep my eye out. If I see you, I'll come buy a beer.
There is an opportunity in PA to possibly do some live trackside stuff. I was proposed an idea to do that.
That'd be cool.
But tracks would have to be on board. It would have to be feasible. But I'm still halfway. I'm not halfway in the search for where I would stay in PA, but there's options, but nothing's perfect so far, but nothing's ever going to be. So I don't know. I don't know if PA is a good spot to live or not. I mean, right now the rain's pushing everybody out, you know, so.
I know. Yeah. Mother Nature ain't playing too nice. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
What? I mean, I don't know if I missed it. Maybe you came out and told people, but what did you ask Kofoid that he wouldn't answer?
Oh, you mean at Kokomo?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever.
I
think I said I had a question to ask Kofoid, but I didn't ask it because I could tell he didn't want to answer.
Oh, did he not want to talk to you because it was you?
No, you could just see. No, you could see he was dejected from what happened, but you could also see it was from more than just that. So
gotcha. Okay.
But like I said, the new victim on the street. There's a new notch on the mantle, apparently.
Yeah, he's got to grow some balls. That's it.
Yeah, they all do apparently.
He's just got to grow some balls.
They all do apparently.
I mean,
anyways,
if you can go over and give somebody an earful and get in their head and take them off their game, do it. That's how I see it.
Right.
You know, Gravel didn't do a Aaron Reitzel or a Shane Stewart or a Freddie Raymer and go over there.
Are you talking about from Kokomo?
While he's still strapped in the car, you know. But hey, if it got in his head, then I don't know. Maybe you go back to midgets.
Oh yeah, you're talking about something else. But yeah. That's a whole nother situation. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just wondered if you. Anyway, well, like I said, man, I was talking to you about this last week, and here it comes to fruition tonight on the old Flow stream.
Right.
So,
okay.
All right, brother, you take care.
All righty.
We'll talk.
Oh, I just hung up in his face. You know, I did not mean to do that. I thought you were hanging up, man. Don't get mad at me. I thought you were hanging up. Oh, he called right back? Did he call right back? I thought he was hanging up. That was not, I thought he had hung up. I'm sorry. Port Royal has cheap homes for sale, but too Amish looking and creepy. That's what I mean, guys. There's some creepy areas of Port Royal or in that area. Apparently there's a place called TJ's. I'm not going to ever experience it, but apparently there's a place called TJ's up in that area. And you just go up in there and for $100, you just walk in and now you're part of the, apparently I'm surprised we ain't seeing certain people we've been talking about over there, but apparently you just walk in and you're a part of the swingers party. Apparently, guys. Apparently. This cuddle person would love this environment. Or you can go there as a couple and pay $150 and join into the show. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, as the world turns around, in that scenario, turns around, as the world turns, that's what I meant to say. Golly. There's a lot of reasons. You know, you could get with a girl over there in PA and, you know, next thing you know, she's going to this TJ's deal and you have no idea and you find out. Like, I don't even want to have that nightmare. I bet that's happened, too. I bet that's happened. There's probably been some suicides committed over finding out about TJ's and where the girlfriend's going on the weekends. It's not with the friends. Oh, it's with the friends, all right. Just don't want to put myself in that situation. Call on in one more time, 515-298-7691. We are at the 1 hour, 23-minute mark. Right at 1:20. Well, if nobody wants to call, we will go ahead and end it out. Let's see here. Quite a few swingers in the PA sprint car scene. I've heard some rumors. But at least they're doing it halfway legally, I guess. That's legally, right? To actually sign up and go do it. Tyler Courtney got the clap in PA. I didn't say that, hear that, or know that. I don't know if that's a fact. That is your statement, not mine. Okay? Oh, my. Who is this? Following up, are you? Hello?
Pardon?
You're here. The spike has arrived. The party just begins.
Is this the Tyler Courtney fan club line?
Yes, it is. Yes. You are a fan. You are a fan. What do you think?
I tell you what.
I'm gonna hover over the end button.
I got nothing against the guy.
Okay, that's great. What are you talking about, Spike?
Tyler Courtney.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, is that all you wanted to say?
Why are you mad at him? What did he say?
Am I mad at him? Did I do anything to him? What did I do to him? I didn't even mention his name. Y'all did. What are y'all talking about? I didn't mention
the other
his name.
night. You were so mad at him. What did he?
I didn't say anything
did
about
not
Tyler Courtney.
Stand by the confetti blower or something.
I mean, if y'all are drawing conclusions that I was saying something about Tyler Courtney, that's y'all's problem. I didn't say it indirectly about Tyler Courtney.
On Monday night,
I didn't say anything indirectly. If y'all are drawing the dots, that's y'all, not me.
What happened to Buddy Kofeld? You said he was upset because he lost the race, or what?
Because he lost the race. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why are they so worked up though? I mean, they race a lot. They should have this under control, right?
Well, sometimes you're not just racing for wins on the track. Sometimes you're racing for wins in the bedroom.
Like,
sometimes you lose the race.
What do you mean?
Somebody else wins the race. Maybe it was your trophy that you thought you had already won, and somebody else takes the trophy and wins the race. You know, I don't know.
What do you mean, sir?
You're not getting this type of talk, Spike. You want this type of talk. It's not happening. We're trying to stay focused here on what happened tonight.
Did they weigh on Monday?
I'm pretty sure they did, yeah. Nobody knows, though, right? It wasn't a damn drone over the damn scales, you know, hovering at the moment.
Chaz, you're a smart guy.
Yeah.
When the crew guy pushed the car on with the four-wheeler and then he stares at that little briefcase.
Yeah.
Is that their little weight thing?
That's the weight, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's I guess that's all we need to know because the officials didn't look at it, right?
Yeah. I mean, what do? Do they who's in trouble here? You're good at understanding things. What do they do? Who's in trouble?
I don't think there's no checks and balances, so it really doesn't matter.
It don't. You if you're a competitor, you're fine with this.
Well, I don't know. The competitors are getting downside guarantees, so they really don't care.
It's just all about.
I mean, that's a little known fact. But the big name guys on this tour that are eligible for these fake charters are getting. They got greased under the table ahead of time.
So then that's supporting what Jeremy Elliott was saying. He was responding, and you're a big Jeremy Elliott fan, so we know you have an opinion on this. He was responding to people saying Brad Sweet's getting favoritism, and he said, if y'all think he's getting favoritism, then that means everybody on the tour has to be in on it. So you're not saying they're in on it, but you're saying they are. They're kind of paid to not care. That's what you're saying.
It's just a traveling circus at this point.
And that's it. Cut dry.
Well, the Elliott, you got to understand, the Elliott is not very intelligent.
He's not. Why? Why is that? He listens to people too much, or?
There was nobody. You see, I don't have the book face and the tweeter and the TikToks and the X-Pox. I don't have all that stuff, but I know enough people that do.
Okay.
And I sent out my informants to find out, hey, is there chatter going on online? You know, this was after the Elliott did his 90 seconds of boredom every morning at 8 a.m. So I said, hey, is this real chatter going on online? Are fans actually saying Brad Sweet's a cheater? And my informants scoured the internet, and they said nobody's talking about this.
Really? He was just making it up.
So, well, you got to understand, Brad, the Elliott's doing a lot of interviews and pieces and a lot of pro high limit support pieces, and he's doing a lot of ice cream cone interviews with Brad and things like this, right? So the Elliott, he's not bought and paid for, but he's a fanboy, so he's sucking their ass, and obviously he either knew or heard of that there was some discrepancies in the officiating in the past few weeks. And rather than just keeping his fanboy trap shut, he had to do and babble about it. And he exposed it. And that was the worst thing he could have done, because now people started looking. They started watching.
And right as he mentions it, this happens.
Right. I mean, if someone said, hey, Chaz, you better watch out, so-and-so's a thief, he might be stealing money or something, all of a sudden you'd go, I don't know nothing about that. All of a sudden you start watching that guy a little closer. Oh, geez, he might have a little sticky fingers, right? You start planting that seed, and they plant that in your head.
Yeah, but he came out the other direction. He said there's nothing happened. Your analogy would be like, he's not a stealer. He would never steal. People are saying he's stealing, but he won't. And then you see him steal.
Well, right. So why would you plant either seed? Why would you plant a seed saying that someone is or isn't if this hasn't even been brought up at all?
Mm.
So he was covering bases before they needed to be covered, and it exposed everything, because Jeremy Elliott is not intelligent. I mean, he's very dumb, and it's too bad that he considers himself a journalist.
Why are you so? Why? Why are you?
He's very emotional. He's not on the level of some people, but he's just very, very much needs to be close in proximity to small men called race car drivers, and needs to really latch on. I think he feels that he's got some opportunity in the future with this high limits. The problem is he flapped his trap, and now I hope the Kyle Larson and the Brad Sweet Mafia, I hope they come after him.
What are they going to come after him about?
For exposing the inside job.
For saying something that ain't even happened yet. What you're saying. And then it amplified it. It's like, how did he tell the truth of the future, but lie?
Well, I think that he's been aware of it was happening, or at least some people saw it at past events. And the Elliott's in denial, so that's foolishness. How would any of you say such a thing? In fact, I'm going to do a 90 at 9 about this. He got into his feminine nature. Why is he favoring
High Limit so much, though?
He's broke. I mean, he's probably hoping he can get some, maybe he can be their little pre-show guy, because they all think they're going to go big time, So I think he's just being a fanboy.
Well, but I'm not nice to him. I still would like to do that stuff, but I don't maneuver my content based on their appeasement.
Because I'm sure the Outlaws only give him so much rope, right? And the PA scene, he's probably, not even 50-50 anymore in the PA scene. I'm sure 75% are like, oh, there's that blowhard turtle coming around again. So, they got to put up with him.
Oh, what do they say when I walk by? There goes the jellyfish.
No, I think that a lot of people just don't know how to take you at times, because the exposure in the sprint car world has been Steve Post, who's this old hippie, and the Evernham girl, and then the Elliott, who's just kind of like a mutant turtle that had too many chromosomes, and then it's just
there's Dirt Tracker,
and then Dirt Tracker, who's kind of he's just a news reporter. He just kind of gives you the news. So they're not used to someone that kind of goes off the deep end maybe on some things, but then after a while, some things are looking perhaps factual and things like that. So, what added a lot of credibility for you is when you had Broke Joe doing the deep dives.
You're so full of shit. You're only talking about what you don't have anymore. You understand this, right? You're only pointing out Broke Joe because he's not around anymore.
No.
It's just like the girlfriend, once you lose her, you wish you had her back. That's the only reason you keep bringing up Broke Joe.
No, I'm trying to tell a story here. Broke Joe laid out the groundwork for deep dive video evidence. He set that standard, which is a standard that should be more often in racing. And now tonight you did a deep dive evidentiary study on the scales. And we saw that all practices involved were incorrect. I also would like to ask, and trust me, I'm not a smart man. I just,
we could tell that, Spike, because ever since you called, that cuddle person that was commenting earlier ain't commented ever since. So, yeah, we could tell you're smart. Yeah, continue.
What is, I just got home and I turned on your
Cuddles commenting, and then once you called, went away. Go ahead, continue anyways. Continue, Cuddle.
Well, when I got on there of like 5 minutes before I called you, there was this guy that said that he was going to block him. So I don't know. Did that guy block him?
Sure. Continue. Just continue, Spike. You're not a smart man. Right. Continue.
No, and I'm not. But I didn't really read too into that. 'Cause like I said, I just got home 5 minutes ago. But anyways, right. My question is, and like I said, I'm not a smart man, so correct me if I'm wrong. But if you're putting anything involving weights and calibration on a soft surface such as grass and mud, how is that going to even give you an accurate depiction anyways?
This is true. What did they have it on tonight? Yeah, grass.
The grass and the mud,
well, it's supposed to have to have like an aluminum base underneath it. That's kind of the flat surface. But yeah, people have complained when late models, when they fail, they'll end up suing or something because of the ground, the whole Eldor versus Bloomquist thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just talking out loud here, but if I took a bathroom scale and put it in grass and stood on it, it would tell a different story than if I put it on concrete.
Yep. Yeah. But I think that
but
these
maybe
have like
they've got,
slab
some
or whatever.
But maybe they have some specialized, high limit scale that they had, developed or something that can work on grass or water.
I'm not sure if you can. I can't believe we're zooming in like the idiot earlier, but from my understanding, on these, you can almost see the scale slotted into like the teeth of the scale. It's like almost like a car ramp kind of material. It's steel. It's supposed to be steel lined plates, and then the actual scales are those little square little slots there, and the scale itself, there's 4 scales that come out of the bucket, actually land or sit on top of that aluminum kind of bracket. So I don't know if you can.
Okay. I mean, I could be completely wrong.
It's technically on an aluminum bracket, but or steel bracket, but the bracket itself is still on grass.
I mean, I guess if I was driving, I'm not a race car driver. I don't claim to be one. I never was one, and I never will be one. As much as everyone is upset by that fact, but if I'm doing this for a living and there's money on the line, I'm gonna say, hey guys, probably we should put this on a surface that's not going to be causing inaccurate results.
Right. Yeah, and people have made that complaint. So,
number 2, just for the sake of, not only the sake of peace of mind, but at least for the fans. I mean, am I the only one that when you're at a track, I mean, I get it, most sprint car fans are 60 plus and they're running for the gate with 5 laps left and could give a fuck because they got to get home and go to bed. But I mean, I actually like to sit there after and watch them get weighed and inspected, and then you see the numbers, the green light, whatever it may be, and then the actual process and the thumbs up. I like that because it's the checks and balances of fairness.
Right.
So
somebody
I think
says
that
we need a Broke Joe and a Spike podcast to get to the bottom of things.
Well, I would tell you what, y'all would be out of business pretty quick because that'd be the hottest thing going.
Somebody said a Rigsby Chaz collaboration. I think Rigsby's the closest to coming out of the box, but he's locked into the box as well. I do respect him for going quiet when Kenny Wallace started shooting his mouth, but.
Well, Kenny Wallace is bought and paid for. You got to understand that's, this is the thing where the Elliott wants to be in a position where he's bought and paid for, hopefully by Brad and Kyle. It's just going to make his life a little easier.
That's what you believe.
I mean, the dirt tracker's bought and paid for right now, if you didn't know. So
yeah. Oh, I think but that's where he's come up. If you come up in that Charlotte NASCAR industry, you're always kind of bought and paid for.
Right.
That's like the training
he's got
ground.
Paid promotion that he does now. So but he still, even though he does these paid promotional pieces, he still does the news so that he at least has, he's kind of having a standard of.
He's a Scott Van Pelt.
There.
Scott Van Pelt.
Mm-hmm.
I think Elliott would slot real good in the Adam Schefter position.
I kind of reminds me of a less informed Mad Mel Kiper.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. And then what the hell am I, Alex Jones?
Yeah. I mean, Alex Jones did get
It's not. I can't be Stephen A. or Pat McAfee.
No, I mean, Alex Jones did get sued for pushing a lie just so he could sell his doomsday kits, which once again, I don't fault him. You got to make bread somehow, right? You got to make money.
Yeah, I haven't done that or said that people were killed, but that's why I pushed back.
Well, I get it, but that's his angle. I mean, but
I mean, Donnie says Joe Rogan a dirt, but I talk too much shit. Well, Joe Rogan does too, but I'm not. He's way calmer than me. I'd have to have the Stephen A. attitude or Skip Bayless or something attitude.
Well, I think if put it this way, if you wouldn't have brought up the scales tonight, nobody else would have.
Right. Well, Dirt Tracker will. It's just too obvious. It's too obvious of a mistake.
He's going to speak against anyone speaking poorly of it. He's going to say, fans, you need to get hobbies, and how dare you guys deep dive into something like that.
You think so? You think he'll defend it?
He's going to shame the fans for wanting integrity.
That is sad. The way you're saying that, it's so. Why do we get shamed for wanting integrity in motorsport? Why? Because it's that click. Because it's that monetary system. It's not. It doesn't carry merit. It carries a bunch of fakeness inherently because of it.
Because I think that if you come into when you have something that's standardized and set, you have a litmus test, right? Which I feel the Outlaws is done very well, very really professionally. Closest. Yeah, and that's the definitely the bar that was set. And when you've got someone that comes along like Brad and Kyle, who have thrown some very, they just did Brad did a interview with Speed Freaks a few days ago.
They actually still exist?
Yeah. There's like a girl and a guy and another guy. And they asked him very, very detailed business questions, and very, very professional, and he just dodged all of them. And was very much I felt like he insulted those people for their time. And number two, he threw unprofessional digs at the World of Outlaws for absolutely no reason, and there's no evidence of anything that he's saying. And okay, when you're throwing digs and you're discrediting we'll call it competition, and then you guys come along with a bar that has been set, and you run your show so haphazard and so loosely and so unprofessionally, like you're giving Rico his spot back last year, and you're not doing any checks and balances with weights and things like that. It makes the sport look foolish as hell. And I'll tell you what, you're damn right. You're prophetic, and you said there needs to be an asterisk next to Brad Sweet's name, and you're damn right, because he's bought and paid for with his own money.
You just twisted
with
that
his own
so
goddamn
bad.
money.
You're twisting that so bad. I said that David Gravel should come with the asterisk, because he's not beating Brad Sweet. That's my statement. Don't get it twisted. But if shit like this happens, what should happen? Should he be DQ'd tonight? Should he be DQ'd and the official fired? I think that would be the only way to fix it, to be honest.
No, there's nothing can fix this, because it's been shown that this is completely amateur exhibition, and this means absolutely nothing. It's a bought and paid for pony show.
What is it that the industry?
They've been given a downside guarantee. They're funded throughout the season. It's a failed experiment for Flow. God bless them.
It's a failed experiment for Flow.
Yeah, you got to understand, Flow Racing is not an intelligent group of people over there either.
But Michael Rigsby's at the helm, and I think he's pretty smart.
I think Rigsby focuses on the late models, but they've kind of lumped him into dirt, just kind of covering dirt. But I think there were other people in charge last year that kind of pulled some strings to get the high limits to be more than just a 12-race series, which went way too big for their britches way too soon, and it's turned into a complete haphazard shit show.
And you keep wanting to blame Kendra Jacobs.
I don't blame anybody anymore. I think there's too many people to blame at this point. But I don't blame any one of them because they're all getting paid. So really, who gives a damn?
I mean, somebody said, for fuck's sake, David having a asterisk, that's hilarious, Chaz. It's true. The heavyweight champion of the world of sprint car outlaw racing is Brad Sweet. David Gravel's not going to have to beat that guy to win it. Regardless.
It doesn't matter, though, because Brad Sweet's the reigning champion, and now he's facing exhibition bouts for a year against challengers that have no chance because it's fixed.
I mean, even David Gravel's beaten the third-ranked fighter from last year if he wins, because he was second. So
it doesn't really matter because, honestly, at this point, it's just like late models now. Championships of a series don't mean shit.
But that's
what
bad.
Matters is who wins.
That was the good thing about the Outlaw Championship, though, in the sprint car industry, was they did actually have a true champion of the industry, and now they don't. It fucked it up.
Well, no, they do, because now the World of Outlaws Championship means a whole lot more because it actually has integrity, checks and balances, officiating, fairness.
But it don't have the defending 5-time champion, and that's where the asterisk comes from.
It doesn't matter because he's funding a fraudulent organization doing exhibition.
I did not say it's a fraudulent organization. It's obviously
not. Well, no
not.
shit, I said it.
But it's obviously not a fraudulent organization.
They didn't you just do a whole skit about the fact that they didn't check weights and just
but that doesn't mean they're fraudulent. That means they made a mistake, Spike. Somebody
made a
mistake.
Well, I think that Elliott's pointing out the conspiracy before the conspiracy even happened.
That's, the conspirity theorists are
seeing
it as fraudulent.
Did we not learn about this in 2021 when they told us, you're all going to die and this and that, and if you don't get the jab.
Well, that was all about fixing Social Security. Hold on. That whole situation was about fixing Social Security because there were too many old people drawing. It was also about putting the thing in the arm so that all the 35 to 40-year-old people, go away here in 20 or so years before they hit the Social Security age. And it also protected the young who are going to fund the tax, whole entire system coming up, so it's going to fix the problem. That was basically Roundup for human population, in my opinion. But
sure. But I'm just saying we've learned about how calling out a conspiracy before it even is a thing makes people start to think. And then in the end, the conspiracy is true. So the Elliott...
You're saying this is Jeremy Elliott's fault, basically. If he was trying to make High Limit look good, he made him look bad. Because he put the idea that this is fake out.
He saw something or heard something and thought, I know what I'll do. I'll cover their ass. Just in case this word gets out, and then it ended up being exposed tonight even more. And now he's probably going to do a 90 at 9 and do the Mount Rushmore of greatest, fraudulent experiences in racing or something.
Somebody asked Donnie won his first championship when Steve split from the Outlaws. Does Donnie have an asterisk for that championship? But Steve and all them eventually came back, and he didn't have asterisks on those. So he proved himself over time. That's what David Gravel will have to do, but that's probably never going to happen again. So you're saying Jeremy Elliott made this conspiracy up because you had people go and look into the world, and nobody in the world was even saying that. And he was talking about it. So what did your little minions of the Facebook or X Twitter or whatever, what did they go and find with what you saw in my video from Kokomo? What did they go and dig up and look into the feeds? What was people talking about that I was referring to at Kokomo? What did the investigators come back with that was being said about?
Well, you said it was about racing, so.
I'm just asking you, what did your curators, it sounds like you have working for you, what did your curators say I was talking about? I could have been talking about what I was talking about, but what did your curators think that I was talking about or what was going on and being said?
My informant?
Yes. What was your informant saying that it was all about?
Well, I knew all about all this before you even knew about it.
Okay, and what was that? What are you talking about?
That, I mean, Tyler Courtney's an alpha male, and he's doing what alpha males do. They take care of business.
Okay. Jackie Boggs style?
Huh?
Never mind. What do you mean?
Who's Jackie Boggs?
What is the what did the informant say? So they said he's an alpha male doing alpha male things.
Well, that's how I'm interpreting it.
Okay.
Because
that's what your informant said.
You gotta understand something. There's a difference between dating and relationships. And a lot of these young boys, you know, they meet a girl at the track, and she's the cousin of a driver of a friend, and you know, she's, you know, kind of a hanger on, and all of a sudden they are at a little party and they're all standing in horseshoe shapes, and they start to kind of gravitate towards each other, and all of a sudden they're, you know, a thing.
Okay.
They're dating. But a lot of these young boys, you know, they've never lived life. They don't know what a relationship is. They don't know how to flirt. They don't know how to fuck. And they basically just latch onto these girls. These girls, though, are young, and they notice things. You see, this isn't anything serious to them. None of it. It's not serious. It's not serious to any girl at that age.
Yeah, true.
They're still living. They're living life. They're just dating. That's all it is. It's fun. You know, I'm dating him. I'm dating. You know, it's not a big deal.
And you're saying an alpha male takes that correctly, but beta males it ruins their lives or something?
No, the beta males are the ones that are like, this is serious. We're a couple, and in the girl's mind, it's like, he's just, you know, he's my thing for now.
And once a new thing comes, you go.
Well, what happens is a lot of these girls have never been exposed to a man that knows how to flirt, knows how to talk, and knows how to fuck.
Okay.
And Tyler Courtney has the ability to come around and make an impression on these girls.
Right.
And you got to understand something. If sprint car racing was a concert, Tyler Courtney's the headliner with number one hits, and these other boys are getting 3 songs at 5 p.m. when people are still walking in the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So the girlfriend of the guy that's playing at 5 p.m. when people are walking in the door and getting his little 3 acoustic songs in, she sees the headliner and secretly is like, I would like to be with him because he's the real man.
Okay.
And when Tyler Courtney comes along and there's some drinks and there's some good times being had, and the girls are standing there and they've got stars in their eyes, and Tyler Courtney says, you look good tonight. They've never been complimented in their life. Tyler Courtney says, you know, the things I would do to you tonight. They've never been talked to like that.
Are you serious? This is new
and
things?
They are ready. They are ready and able, and they're ready to go. And all Tyler Courtney's got to say is, honey, right through that door, we're going to show you what the 7BC is made of.
Okay.
And the other guys, they just cry and cry and cry, just like the Clark did when he heard about the scale, you know? And it's just emotional. And it's,
I mean, I don't know anything about this Courtney getting around with women. Isn't he married, I think, or something?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I think that he's just doing things right. He's living life, and he's doing what men do.
So that's what's going on. That's what the informants told you.
I I've seen it. Like, I've just seen all this play out before. I mean, this isn't the first time. It won't be the last time. And I'm sure that there's probably, you got to understand something. Nobody's ever going to stand up to another sprint car driver. You understand? Because there's too much fear of loss.
Right. They're all afraid.
You know, you've got Tyler Courtney, who's got excellent skill sets. He's sponsored by NOS, which is basically that sponsorship goes with him wherever he wants to go. He's got Brian Clausen Racing on his side. He's very much in a very safe position, and that's not why he acts out.
I'm not saying that this Tyler Courtney, you're saying he's getting around is true at all. But if he was, and say he's taking these girls from guys and all that, if I'm the guy, I would personally look at him like a curator of the chick. Like, if he could take her, then obviously she didn't value me much. So thanks for keeping me from wasting even more time with this chick. That's how I would view it. Because I guarantee you there's chicks out there who see what he might be doing that you're saying the informant says. If he's out there doing that, I'm sure there's chicks over there that find that disgusting, repulsive, wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Has some kind of moral foundation, you know?
They all know about what he does, and they still all spread their legs.
But all of them don't, Spike. I think you're wrong there. All of them don't. Some of them do. All of them don't. I think you're wrong
all's irrelevant. I'm just saying the majority would, because he's the headliner.
Well, I think the majority of people are bad. I think you got about 75% men, 65 or 60-ish% of women that are just bad people. I think the good people are the minority.
I heard your rant, and this is irrelevant because you got to understand.
It's very relevant. I think that these bad people with their bad examples shouldn't be dictating what we think happens all the time. It's not all people. It's only bad people.
There's no wrong or right in this situation. It's just
there is for certain breeds. They're just not the same breed.
Yeah, but this is not an emotional conversation about that.
It isn't for you because you're looking at women as an object.
It's carnal.
You know, so I mean, I get it.
He's not stealing these girls to take them as his wife.
They're bad people too. If what you're saying is happening, they're bad people too. But all of them, you can't sit there and say all of them spread. I guarantee, I know a few or don't actually. There's some that are pursued and reject that shit, that have some kind of moralistic foundation to their mental capacity. You know, so
every man gets rejected at some point, but that doesn't mean that he's bad because some girl said no.
Right, he's a curator. He's helping you figure out if you got a real one or not.
I think that all these guys fall in love for the first time every time because they're young.
Right.
And that's just a life lesson that they all got to realize.
Well, apparently they're not all young, Spike, so I don't know how far you want to go with that.
Well, I don't even know what young is, I guess, then.
I hear that there really isn't an age range to that situation.
Well, for the females, you're saying he's kind of tapping whatever age he wants? Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Because it's just that this is a carnal nature of man. I mean, the man wants to have sex, and there's women out there that are more than willing to oblige.
The primitive side of you, the animalistic side.
Right, but then you've got the emotional people out there that are supposedly hurt by this, yet none of it was serious to begin with. But it somehow was serious because they wanted to believe it was. That's their fault.
Right, 100%. 100%. And he helped them figure out that it wasn't something to believe in.
And
if that's the case. If all this happened.
Well, and I don't care if it did or didn't. I'm just saying that if all this is happening, it's great. You know why? Because it's about time that there's a guy that acts like a real man. And the fact of the matter is, none of those guys are going to stand up to him. You know why? Because they've been trafficked their whole life from young on. And
but didn't Parker Price knock him out or something, or hit him?
Well, that was a rumor, but did anyone witness it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened.
Well,
and see, that's where I have the issue with it. It's like easy targets.
I don't have a problem with
us
that.
as men, we all know how to we all could emotionally manipulate a woman if we wanted to enough, and just tell them everything they want to hear and play the game. When you're doing that to somebody in that level of vulnerability, I'm just saying.
I also don't fault any man who has the ability to have sex. Because the fact of the matter is, why would I be mad at a man if he slept with my woman? Because guess what? She's not my woman then.
Right. You had hooked up with my ex, you said, I believe, right?
Well, that was your conspiracy theory. That's probably
No, that's what somebody said in the comments. Or no, they was asking if Courtney did.
A lot of things in the comments. I mean, there's a lot of weird comments that are said, but no, I hate to break it to you, but no, that's not my type. So.
Okay. So you have standards, Spike. Some people don't.
Well, there's a lot of, you told me once a year or two ago, you said, all these USAC kids, they all sleep in a king-size bed. There's about 10 of them that sleep in the same bed together.
When did this get said or happen? What?
Don't play dumb with me.
When did this happen? Kids?
2022 Knoxville Nationals in turn 3.
Kids. You're sure about this?
You said all the USAC kids, they all sleep in a king-size bed together. All the guys and their girlfriends.
You're full of shit.
And you said that they swap each other around, and this is just nothing new.
I've always had the joke that I think USAC is a sex cult, but there's some funny truth to that. But it's always been a joke. I don't know for a fact. There's some interesting stories from informants out there, but I never said kids together in a bed. What kind of Epstein shit is that?
They were adults when this was happening. They were over the age of 18. You just told me that they all live in Speedway, Indiana area, and they all rent a one-bedroom apartment with
it's
a
very
king-size
clicky.
bed.
I never said one-bedroom apartment. That's a fucking lie. You're exaggerating big time. You know you are, Spike.
Why do you not own up to that? Because that was the funniest thing
say that because I know
said.
I never said it. I know when I say stuff, I know when I don't. So.
Okay, well, you're very drunk and vape half the time, so you need to chill out because that's what you.
If the girls want to give it up, so Jeff Allen says if the girls want to give it up to Courtney, then let them. None of anyone's business, and if it's your girlfriend, then thank Courtney for doing you a favor and walk away. I mean, I kind of see it that way, man. These women are guilty too. He ain't raping them.
Well, and I'll tell you a story. In my 20s, when I was out in the bar scene, my buddies, they were all true loving, They would go out to the bars trying to find a wife, which is foolishness. But, we were 21 to 24, and what the hell did we know, right? But I was a little bit more intelligent about it. I'd sit there and I just would talk to these girls like they were dudes, I'd just be like, well, what are you here for? What do you have a name, or are you just here to look pretty? I just would cock off to them. And my buddies would be like, are you looking to settle down soon? They'd just be asking all these creepy shit questions about, and these girls are like, what the fuck? We're out here getting drunk and want to get laid. Like, why do you want to wife me up,
Right, yeah. So, at that age, for sure.
Yeah, so a lot of these kids, where they're dating a girl, like I said, she's
right, I
a friend
completely
of a
agree with your
cousin
analogy. They're being stupid. In a way.
Like, don't be so fucking stupid. Like,
but I mean,
if she's on
also
your arm
that's a
this
process
week,
that ruins a lot of people's mental capacities. These kids are getting fucked. I mean, some of these girls are never gonna, outlive this stigmatism that's going to be attached to them now, I think.
It's a fringe group. Who cares? She can just go out in the real world and find a guy.
That's true as well. That's true as well.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like I said, so if I went in the bar scene and slayed all the broads in the bar, it doesn't matter. Like, I can go and
move,
find more. It's not a big deal. Like, right. It's like I have no reputation to live up to. There's, especially women, like, they can just make up stories and say whatever they want. But
this is true.
The moral of the story is not Brad, not Brad Sweet, but Tyler Courtney.
Why would you bring up Brad Sweet?
I don't know, because we've said Brad Sweet about 70 times tonight. But the fact of the matter is Tyler Courtney is, you got to understand, when women start hearing about a guy that's slaying puss, and especially puss that maybe has been half-ass claimed by another man, whether the man's a puss or not.
Yeah, it's an attraction.
That intrigues them, because he's even more of a bad boy, and he's the headliner.
Right.
He's Elvis.
And the girls talk dirty too, and they're telling them the details. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and they say, "Oh man, you wouldn't believe this," and then he, fish hooked me and choked me, and it was wonderful. So then, when it's all said and done, he's got nothing to lose, because, like I said, he's got the sponsorship, he's got the ownership, he's taken care of. And even if they would get, if NOS or something would get all, get all about equality and DEI or something and fire his ass, he'd get hired on the next day by some other team. So it really doesn't matter. So, but these other guys, they fear anything. Like, well, I'm not going to say anything to him, and I'm not going to be upset with him, and because what if I get fired from my team, or what if I lose my
What if he don't like me? What if this guy don't like me? Yeah. Back to the insecurity.
What if Kyle and Brad found out that I went up?
Okay, we'll say these are all betas and he's the only alpha. How would say you are one of these guys that's not Tyler, and you are an alpha, and he does this to you? What happens then? How does an alpha react in this scenario that we're just explaining that is not factual based on your informant? How does an alpha react to Tyler Courtney doing that to him? What's the alpha reaction?
Well, an alpha wouldn't be putting a girl on display in situations like these guys have, where they're taking victory lane photos with their girl, and they would just realize that this is something casual and it's not that serious, and it needs to just be what it is. And if she decides that she's going to wander away, then so be it. Because you gotta understand something. A single girl is probably talking to 3 to 10 guys at one time.
Oh yeah, it's probably more than that in the racing world. In the racing world, might want to quadruple that number.
Well, and that's just in the fringe, BBW porn world of sprint car racing. She may actually have men outside of this fringe world that she talks to.
Right.
Racing's only, a couple nights a week. There's a lot of other free time,
Yeah, but if you're a halfway good-looking chick, you have to feel pretty privileged in the dirt pitting areas.
I wouldn't.
Well, as far as attention, the attention level is 10 times more than the regular world. Because over there in the regular world, there's more competition.
I would say that the attention that they're getting, if their standards aren't that high, they'd be probably fine with any attention at that point, because there's really nothing in the sprint car world, in my humble opinion, that would really get some broad wet at this point.
Oh, I knew you were going there.
Like Brad Sweet, do you think any woman gets wet for him? I think that his wife is probably...
We got to hang up now.
How many kids does he have?
Got to hang up.
How many kids does Brad Sweet have?
You can't be saying that, Spike.
No, I'm curious. I'm just curious.
Somebody does ask, and this is a good question. Why does it always go to women when you call Spike? What is it? Do you have something against
because
them?
That's the topic.
Is this a Andrew Tate thing for you? Or are you just
You
a
ranted on it
misogynist?
Monday night. It was about women.
Okay. No, I asked
And you just had a drunken camelist talk on your ride back to PA about women and cross-dressing
I
men.
talked about a bunch of stuff in that. It wasn't women. It's about bad people and good people. I think bad people are the problem. Good people are the minority. Good people are the silent
I think
minority.
alpha men aren't.
Good people
I
don't
think
speak
alpha
up
men are
against you
bad
people because they're nice.
I think beta
Good
males
people need
are
to
the
start
type
being
that,
mean. That's what I think, Kenny.
Beta males are the type that could become the serial killers, and that's why that's a problem.
No,
Like
they
the
become.
Clark.
They may become the serial killers because they're scared. They're scared
Like
to
the
face
Clark,
things in reality.
I could see the Clark slaughtering a group of people. I mean, unwarranted. I mean,
JS, what's wrong with sex? There's a difference. I think some people see sex as like, just fuck everything that walks. Some people see sex as something that a couple experiences. Some people are like Spike, sex with men, women, females, all of them at the same time is okay. The idea of what's wrong with sex is dependent on what your perspective of what sex is and how it should be, and what it's all rights and wrongs and opinions. There is nothing wrong with sex.
Yeah. Well, and I will say this. There's probably 5, maybe 10% of the sprint car fandom that even knows about Tyler Courtney and his ability to slay the vagina. Okay. And do you remember at Lakeside the last year when we sat by the old guy from Missouri?
Yes. Yeah.
I guarantee that and his name's Marvin, and he's like, 70. If I said, hey, Marvin, Tyler Courtney, oh, absolutely, he's got a Southern accent. He'd say, he's a hell of a wheelman. And I'd say, well, guess what? He slayed, Parker Price Miller's girl that he was hanging with. He slayed his merch chick, which is actually Bud Kofoid's, little girlfriend. There's a few others on the list that I know of that I won't name. And
I heard there's a new one, Spike. I heard there's a new one on the list. I don't know, though, but keep going.
And you know what Marvin would say? Well, when you're young and full of cum, you got to get the getting while the getting's good. But you motherfucking pussbags are the
Sodom
only
and
ones
Gomorrah.
that get offended. You are the motherfuckers that get offended that a guy is getting laid. That's your fucking
Your
problem.
explanation just dropped 20 viewers, Spike. That was horrible.
Because they heard the Southern accent and they had to go masturbate because it was pretty sexy when you heard it. But the fact of the matter is I will say that Tyler Courtney is probably going to start dabbling in married women soon.
And they'll get shot.
Huh?
You think anybody will ever take it to the barrel? If he does it to the wrong guy, it happens, Spike. That's the scary part. I'm worried about him.
Oh, I'll just say something. I'm just going to say something. There's a certain wife in the sprint car world that I think Tyler Courtney's got his crosshairs on right now.
Oh, my.
And guess what? When it happens, the husband ain't going to say a word.
Okay.
Because he fears losing the big game ride.
Oh, dude, you can't be saying stuff like that, Spike. No.
I'm just saying.
No, but I think David does that right though by not just having her there at every race and like you said all the time, and culture of sprint car racing isn't great to really mix into for relationships. It's business.
Who's Dave?
Racing.
I don't understand.
We all make
Dave?
sense.
I don't understand. What are you talking about?
David Gunn.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I was just making an analogy.
Okay, me too. I didn't say anything.
This is the big time. I said he's gonna the big time ride. I'm talking about the big time here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Me either. Just keep drinking. Just keep drinking your victory fuel, huh?
You know, there's too many carbs in that.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard that NOS and victory fuel go good together. So
that ain't right, Spike. Can't be talking like that.
I don't say anything. I'm just saying, like, it's a good mixed drink. You were talking about how you can mix victory fuel with other drinks and other liquids.
Yeah, I was talking about like alcoholic drinks. I wasn't talking about that, you know.
But you could mix an energy drink with an electrolyte drink. I think that'd be fair, right?
Yeah.
See, I don't know what you're trying to read into here. I'm just talking about beverages.
Nothing, Spike. Nothing at all. I ain't reading into it
at all.
At all. There's nothing.
I'm just talking about
when you make that comment, Spike. There's nothing to read into. There's no surprise.
Okay.
Nothing to read into.
I'm glad. But you know what? Tomorrow morning it's Friday, and I'm going to be so excited when we get to hear what the Jeremy Elliott has to say. And the Dirt Tracker, he doesn't do updates on Fridays, so we're going to not be graced with his opinions against the fans. So we're going to be stuck with the Elliott, but that's fine.
What, Dirt Tracker ain't doing nothing tomorrow?
He doesn't do Fridays anymore.
I don't know, man. When I see, I used to watch Dirt Tracker to get updated, but if you just pay attention to the racing world at all, like everything he's going to tell you already know. It's weird. It's like, why am I watching this? I knew all this. Why am I listening to the guy tell me what happened yesterday?
I actually have an idea that's better than the Elliott and the Dirt Tracker, but I'm sure that if I mentioned it, they'd just steal my idea. So,
right. I'm still waiting for these cars to get lined up at the dash draw or something, and everybody walks into it, you know. And they'll never do it.
That
Spike.
would be so.
They'll never do it,
dude. That would make, dude. Fans would be on the edge of their seats for that damn dash.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like Cannonball Run style.
Whatever.
I'm serious. I mean, it's like they all draw the numbers and then they blow the horn. They got to run and strap in, they got 2-3 minutes to get all bellied in, and then we're going to push you off, and here we go. I mean, son of a bitch, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be. It might be very soon.
You better not bring your girlfriends around the track when Tyler Courtney's around. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, it's scary, man. I don't mind that at all, though. I like that. If I'm with a girl,
would you watch or what?
No. I'm saying I don't mind tests for the girls. I don't mind that. I like loyalty tests. If she fails, good. I save my time. Time is more valuable than any relationship. I don't know if people realize that or not. It's not forever. So if she don't fail if she fails the Courtney test, I get to save some time.
You know what the most valuable currency to man is? To a man. I don't mean mankind. I mean a man, a male.
It's changed over time, I will say, but continue with your point.
Well, actually, you said it, but so a man could lose $100,000 and he can go make another 100,000. A man could have his heart broken and let it heal, and could love again. A man can break a bone and it could heal. But the biggest thing that a man loses that he never can get back is time.
Right.
And that when it's all said and done, when a guy spends, it doesn't matter if you break your heart or if you blew all your money on a girl. Well, when it's all said and done, you go, God damn it, I wasted a lot of time.
Well, and the deal is this love that we're putting into males and females is supposed to be put into God, personally. Looking for somebody to always be there and all that.
Really
it's supposed to be
down to.
They're worshiping men, they're worshiping women, or materialism or money, or they're having this relationship with a person like it's a god, and it's not a god, man. That's.
Well, it's because they come in with this belief that this spiritualness. They're coming into it with a spiritual mentality.
Love is a manipulational tactic. Love's a manipulation. Cleopatra invented it to control her slave class. That's the inventor of love, is Cleopatra.
Well, I understand all that. I've studied all this, but what I'm saying is they come into it with, they have a God-sized hole in their heart, and they feel that they can get it filled with a woman,
right,
or a man, and that's going to fill this spiritual void.
Right.
When in reality, if they really want to be whole, they need to focus on something greater than them, which is not a man or a woman. Something greater than them, which is something. Yeah, and everyone's got their own. Someone can say, "I don't believe in God." Well, that's nice, but then what we'll say is,
believe in that woman and see where it gets you.
Well, sure, but then I could just say to someone, well, the hole in your heart, then if you don't believe in God, we'll say, is a hole needing morality and truth, right? That's something that everybody, no one's going to say, no, I want immorality and lies and debauchery in my life. No, nobody wants that. They want morality and truth given to them.
Right. And there's scriptures that have that in a belief system in a God that is historical more than any other thing in the world. But they would rather, and I think it's systematic, Spike. I really think it's systematic. I think society pushes this ideology to keep us mentally fucked up, to stay in line. It works very well. It occupies us. It leads us to alcohol. It leads us to drugs. It leads us to depression. It leads us to therapies. It leads us to the system that they have set up. It's systematic, man. It's not automatic. It's not by accident. There's a business in heartbreak.
Well, 100%. But see, that's where you have to come into it with the mindset of this. A girl can say anything she wants. There has to be something that she proves, and that's going to take time, right? And, she can tell me she's the most faithful, wonderful, loving sweetheart of a girl.
They all say the same.
That's nice.
They all say the same.
So, you got to show me. And then that takes, but that's where I keep them at, arm's length so that there can be a vetting process. Because you're worried about that time.
You're worried about losing that time because to get that proof takes your time.
You have to earn my time by proving that you are who you say you are. I think that's fair. I mean, would you just let someone if someone walked up to you and said, "Hey, nice to meet you, Chaz. You're a cool guy. Like, I like your videos. Can I borrow your car for a week?" I mean, you don't know this guy. Why should you trust him?
Right.
Why should you give him something that's yours? So you wouldn't do that. So why would you give someone more of your time and heart and feelings and emotions until they earn that? And so when it's all said and done, you have to go through a process where you say, okay, is this person, is this woman going to be nourishment or is it junk food? Because guess what? Everybody likes a tasty treat once in a while.
Exactly.
I like a nice DQ Blizzard, but I definitely can't live on DQ Blizzards every meal. I'll die. I'm going to get fat and die. So, but is this going to be someone that's going to be a good protein source that's going to keep me healthy and living and doing well? So that's what you have to vet them as. And guess what? When it gets to the point where I say, yeah, Chaz, that girl I'm hanging with, yeah, she seems fun. Yeah, dude, she's just kind of a Dairy Queen treat, And it's like, I realize that, and then I just know that's all she's good for, and that's fine.
Right.
That's fine. But see, a lot of these guys, they think that they got the filet mignon, and all they got is a fucking Kit Kat bar.
Yeah. Well, and back to what it's pushed. It's pushed that way. It's pushed that way, though.
Right, but then Tyler Courtney comes along and goes, "Goddamn, give me a break of that Kit Kat bar, So,
yeah. He takes the mask off. He's helping him in a way, if this is all true.
Well, they're just Kit Kat bars. I mean, why would you be mad if I had a bowl of candy out? Why would I be mad if you took some?
Right.
It's just fucking candy. It ain't nothing of value.
That's why it's better to be. That's why it's better to be feared than loved, right?
But if I got a filet mignon sitting on the plate, and I'm sitting there eating the thing, and then you start getting a little bit looking at it, and you might get your paws near it, I say get the fuck away because I got a knife in my hand. This is my filet mignon.
Yeah, but hey,
and
man.
the filet mignon would say,
what the filet mignon gets drunk. What the filet mignon gets drunk.
Would say, I'm his too. I'm his. You don't come near me because I'm his.
What if he goes, all right, well, what do you feel about this sugar filet mignon? Let's give you some sugar. How do you feel now?
Sugar.
Sprinkle some sugar on that filet mignon. Now the filet mignon, has an excuse to tell you the sugar
syrup.
did it.
Yeah, a little maple syrup.
Yeah,
a little glaze.
The sugar did it.
Well, but nobody would ever put garbage candy on filet mignon. So that's the problem. Like, why would that even happen?
Filet mignon now has the excuse.
It's kind of like Port Royal. Port Royal used to be a filet mignon, and now it's they had this aged ribeye, and they decided to throw the thing in the fucking trash.
Why? What's wrong with Port Royal? It's only raced like twice.
And they're pulling this dirty fucking now filet mignon out of the trash and telling us that we should still believe that it's this beautiful aged filet mignon, and it's dirty fucking piece of shit.
Why are you saying this about Port Royal? What did it do?
Because Port Royal is a government-ran track, and they shame the fans, and they tell the fans they lost $1 million, and they're broke, and they can't pay the sanction fees for the World of Outlaws, and then they lie and say that it's because they're going high limits only, and that's all fucking bullshit. They're broke. The track is broke, and it's a government-subsidized write-off. It's a fairgrounds.
Okay.
So in my opinion, they're a piece of shit, and whoever runs that place are a bunch of pieces of shit. And Dylan Sidney he's very ugly and looks Amish, and he's a piece of shit for being the mayor of that town and letting them say such libel and slander of the track.
What did they say, Spike? I missed this. What did they do?
They were bitching and saying the fans don't support Port Royal, and they lost $1 million a year because they don't come out to the track. Well, I did the math on it, and guess what? That's about 1,000 fans per event. Well, I hate to break it to you, but when you're charging $20 to $30 for weekly racing, you're a shithole. Knoxville is $15 for their weekly shows, and it's the best weekly series going.
No, it's not.
$10 for teens, and it's free if you're under 12.
No, it's not the best.
Not under 5, under fucking 12. That's Knoxville. Who the hell is Port Royal, a fairgrounds track, to be charging $30 for their weekly show? Or $20 or whatever the hell it is. It's too damn much.
Okay. It's outpriced you.
And they're a dirty, rotten, fucking salmonella covered, worm rotting piece of filet mignon that should be thrown to fucking grizzly bears at this point.
Okay, so what's your opinion on like What's your opinion on like the Ohio racing scene? I'm thinking of doing some Ohio stuff, Spike. There's a lot of stuff around here. A lot of racing. What's your Ohio opinion?
Well, Brad and Kyle killed off Ohio racing in a way.
I don't know. They got like 40-something 410s, 5305s weekly here regionally. They're paying just as much as Houston's almost. I mean, there's a lot of cars here. I didn't know it, but a lot of cars, a lot of tracks, Attica, Fremont.
Well, and that's that, and I'm thankful for that. I'm just saying, initially, they destroyed Ohio sprint car racing, and that was their doings, and that was what they wanted to do. But thankfully, the powers that be stood up and said, we're going to come together on this, and we're going to have the Attica Fremont series. Now, there's this Maverick series that's run like piss, from what I understand. So hopefully, in my opinion, if they could get this Maverick series and the Fast series to somehow either just form together and have an Indiana-Ohio circuit, I think that would be really well. Maybe into Kentucky a little bit, whatever else, obviously. I think that would have some value.
Okay.
And so I think that Ohio is doing well in the situation they're in. I just think that the Fast series is just one of those things where
I thought it's ASCS and all that stuff. I mean, you got Fast, ASCS, got a bunch of different stuff. There's a lot of cars here.
Well, ASCS is definitely, you got to understand something. And I like saying that. But the world of Outlaws are intelligent, and this is why. Major League Baseball has their pro level, MLB. And at some point along the way, MLB said, we need to find a way where we can develop the stars of tomorrow. And that's where they created single A, double A, triple A teams, right? And that's where they have developmental minor leagues. And obviously there's quite a jump from a regional racing team to a World of Outlaws touring series, right? It's a very large financial jump, staffing, equipment, etc. But if we can create an opportunity where we can use the ASCS as something where it can be a controlled minor league, if you will, but obviously it's not a minor league, right? It still is a very strong competitive league that tours, and it's an alternative. See, and that's what I liked about the All-Star Series. It was, so the World of Outlaws was kind of like the NFL, and the All-Stars were kind of like college football. Okay? So you got the NFL where it's the best, and it's going to be some hard-hitting action. It's going to be really good football. And then the All-Stars were kind of like college, where it's going to be a little bit more gritty and a little bit more gutsy, and some of these guys might go all in, and they might fuck up a little bit, but that's the excitement of college football, just like it was the excitement of the All-Stars, right? So I hopefully that the ASCS, things like that can have some of that raw, gritty talent out there, that where guys are willing to stick their neck out a little more and make things happen if needed. And that, because fans enjoy pretty racing, but they also enjoy a little bit of guts, and a little bit of throwing your balls out on the line. So.
Right. All right.
So that's where I feel ASCS they're going to develop regional series. And I think that that's going to really help nurture the sprint car scene and keep it alive, because the only way to keep it alive is have the ability for people to get involved in it. So.
All righty, well, we're going to turn it in. I know turn one Tommy wants to call, but it's almost 1 a.m., Tommy. I mean, I guess we could give him a shot. We'll see what he has to say.
Hey, Turn 1 Tommy's a fan of mine from the Bubba Army when I talk on the Bubba Love Sponge show.
When did you do that? You called in?
I've been on that show about 6 times, so.
Nice. As a call-in.
I'm one of his insiders. I'm an analyst, so.
Okay. It's good.
God bless you, sir.
All righty.
Good night.
See it. Oh my God. All right, Tommy, we're waiting for the call. 515-298-7691. We're waiting for Tommy. Give it about 2 seconds. 1, 2. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was nice having y'all on tonight. Obviously, too many things were said from Spike's mouth. I don't know about this inside informant deal that he's talking about. I don't know about this Courtney stuff. These are all hypothetical. Who is this? Hello?
You doubted me, my boy.
Is this Turn 1 Tommy?
Of course.
What's up?
You doubted me.
No. We're good. What's going on?
Nothing. Let's talk about what Spike was talking about the sprint scene.
Hey, which one?
In the Midwest. In the Midwest.
Okay.
The greatest sanctioning series outside of high limits and outlaws, of course, their national touring series. Right now, I think the best thing going is Great Lakes Super Sprints. And nobody wants to mention that shit. No one mentions them.
Well, yeah, most people don't give Michigan any credit at all, so.
Well, he's not Michigan anymore. It's
Michigan, no, it's not Michigan anymore, but that's where it's from.
Absolutely. But they're expanding. They're the only small-time sprint car league actually branching out right now.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy to see him down there at Lawrenceburg.
I shit my pants. And then didn't Danny win that race?
Yeah. I think they go Florence or something like that too next. I'm not sure, but.
Yeah, right after he was on your show. That was badass.
Yeah.
That was badass. I watched that kid struggle for years and years, and now I'd like to see Florida boy get something right. But no, I just had to call in because Spike's, I love Spike. Trust me. I like most of his opinions, and I troll you sometimes. But I don't know if he was trolling tonight, but some of them series that he was bringing up in the Ohio area are garbage compared to GLSS right now. Absolute junk.
There's one of them's just an Attica Fremont championship. Isn't that AFCS or Fast? Is Fast?
Yeah, they just go back and well, no, Fast actually joins up with
Fast is the traveling.
I'm thinking of. I think they join up with GLSS and then Boss non-wing.
Yeah, that's a non-wing.
Also join up.
Yeah, Boss is non-wing.
They join up with. They travel with GLSS
AFCS though is just Attica Fremont,
which that's kind of gay.
Right.
Fremont also runs trucks.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see these trucks. These trucks.
They won't run our trucks. They won't run against our trucks in Michigan, buddy.
Why? I heard they're like 410s or whatever.
No, ours are late models on a truck body.
What?
Yeah. There's no real frame. It's a late model chassis, fucking truck, fucking body.
That's crazy sounding.
That's Michigan. They're called pro trucks up here. But Fremont won't let us come down there because we would shit on them. We'd probably lap second place.
You lap second place?
If we had one truck down there, we would lap second place.
Nice.
Yeah. But I just wanted to call in and say, hey, it's not dying yet. It is not dying. High Limit and the Woke Society of World of Outlaws will not take over yet.
So you're saying instead of going to PA like I was thinking, I should stay around Michigan, Ohio, Indiana this year?
Well, I'd tread lightly on the Michigan scene, but Butler might be the one race you want to go to for the
yeah, I heard about that, yeah. And then Ohio's busy. I mean, after, Memorial Day,
Ohio's always busy.
Western PA Speed Week, which is halfway Ohio, and then Ohio Speed Week right on the heels of that as well. So
I would never be the guy to tell you not to go to PA, though. I can tell you that.
Central PA is weird, man. That Amish stuff. I know people keep saying I announced I'm going to Port Royal. I never said this. They just keep lying. Stupid fucking idiots in the chat.
Why do people think Port Royal is the worst track?
I don't think that. I don't know what's wrong with Spike. He's just jealous. I don't know. It's not. It's like the best. It's one of the best. I think Baps is underrated. I think Baps is really good, but I like short tracks. So
Absolutely.
But
short track
anyway.
put it in the driver's hands, not the program's hands.
Yeah, that's right.
But
all right.
Who knows? I mean, listen, Chaz, I like to troll you, but we agree on a lot more than I'll ever admit to. But the Midwest sprint car scene is not dying. Someone I seen, I think it was David Gravel in chat the other night, said within 5 years 360s will be dead. Oh, no matter what, within 5 years 360s will be just fine in the state of Michigan. If we have nothing else, we will have 360s.
Why would you want 360s though? It's killing sprint car racing. The motor costs just as much as 410s. You get a cheap 410 and keep up with the best 410s. You know, I mean, to be a real good 360 team, you really need that $60,000 motor in there to keep up with them. You know, it's a power band issue. I think 360 is going away is fine. 305s, 410s, that's it.
No, I think 305s need to go.
Well, if they keep going up in price, then yeah.
I don't know. What's the solution? If we knew, we'd fucking be running the shit.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But anyways.
Are we still out? Are we live?
Yeah. It's about to be 1 a.m., but yeah, we're still fucking live. 3 hours deep.
Who's Jordan in the chat?
Not one super chat, I don't think. Not one. Not one fucking super chat. 3 hours. Unbelievable.
Hey, I'm wearing my shirt just for you, too.
Who's that?
Sweetie.
Tyler Courtney?
Caitlin.
Oh, Caitlin. No. Oh, drinking the beer.
The man in the relationship.
This is true. This is true. I guarantee you she slapped him around a few times.
Hey, if you want to go to Butler, reach out to me. I think we've touched base on Instagram before with the Eldora situation.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm down for that. Yeah. Let me know.
I know. All right, brother.
All right, thanks for calling.
Larson Nights for life.
Oh, my God. All right, bro. Fucking asshole Larsonites. What a junkhead. Move to PA, not Ohio. I don't have to move to Ohio to come here, you know, so. Or Racing Group bought ASCS. They will fog the 360 and start regional 410 series throughout. Yep, that's what's going to happen. That is. ASCS will eventually be a 410 series. It'll probably merge with Power I, the Power I 410 series, and that's how it's gonna go. That's what I think, anyways. But it is 1 a.m. here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We are going to get out of here. We have things to do tomorrow. I hope some of y'all do. We'll be at Utica tomorrow night if the rain stays away. Sharon on Saturday night, and then who knows where I'm going after that. I'd like to figure out ways to be here, be there. Let me know. We are hotel couch surfing, literally. Although there is a bed over here, but regardless, hit me up on the socials. Chaz Thompson on Facebook, or Long Live the Chaz on Facebook. Long Live the Chaz Instagram, Twitters, all that stuff. Reach out directly. Also, if you want to join the support, links in the description. Direct. PayPal and Venmo, definitely the best options. Or, join the monthly subscription there in the membership button. But share it around as always. That's important. Also, be sure to subscribe if you are not subscribed already. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. And we will catch you next time.